The 5 count.
I happen to love the number 5. You have a high 5. You've got a low 5. It's a beautiful number, a glorious number.
The 5 count.
You have until the count of 5.
I happen to love the number 5. It's a beautiful number, a glorious number.
You got to the count of 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready?
Oh, hell yeah.
You fans can stick it, brother.
Who's your daddy, Montreal?
Tell me he didn't just say that.
I happen to love the number 5.
I have to speak up. I'm wearing it home. Mama, you're naked.
Stop looking at me, Swan.
You have until the count of 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Godzilla 5 podcast. The last time I'm ever going to say that. My name is Max Curtin. His name is Jesse Benz. Welcome to the 100th episode and the final episode of Godzilla 5. Jesse, hello.
What a lovely intro that was. You've worked really hard, haven't you? It's quite cute, really.
I spent weeks, Jesse, working on this episode. Weeks.
That was lovely. That got me that a little bit emotional. Like all the old wrestling days and a few jingles I'd forgotten about. It was lovely.
That's what we want. We want to bring people back to the emotional hardships. And if someone cries by the end of this episode, that's all we want. That's all we want. First time at Nintendo, welcome to the show. Welcome everyone to the show. Thank you for joining. Stoked for top 5 sex positions. Who knows? Who knows where this crazy ride's going to take us?
Knows? My favorite is probably the Superman, when you come on the back, stick the duvet to her like a cape, and then throw her out the window to see if she can fly.
It's been 3 minutes.
My number one.
It's been 3 minutes.
Sorry, that's why we're just over 3 minutes, so it's okay. It's not the record quickest talk about sex positions.
Well, maybe that will come up later on to give you guys a sneak preview of what's coming up. So we have fucking comments already. We have multiple guests coming on the show. People that you might know, people who have been guests on the show before, old friends, old faces who want to come and hang out. I have a very special surprise in store for Jesse coming up a little bit later on, which I'm very excited to show him. We have a giveaway coming up. All you have to do is literally join the show, comment in the section, and you entered in to win the contest. Ninted, you're already entered. You're already entered in to win it. You don't even know it.
Not.
You're in the contest. Just put a comment and you'll be entered into the contest for a hoodie and a t-shirt, free shipping, sent directly to you. We're going to do some top 5s. We've got the wheel roulette of the ones we didn't finish from the last episode. And we're just going to make the magic happen. But
this is nice. So this is, I have no idea what's going to happen on this show. So this is very nice and chilled for me. It feels loose form. And I'm like, I could just have a lovely time. Whereas Max, because he's like organized stuff and it's all militant, is probably the least relaxed he's ever been on this show. So I quite like this yin and yang.
I haven't taken a shit in 6 days, people. It is honestly like Jesse is in this world right now where he's just like, he's hanging out, his arms behind his back. But like, I have a tight schedule of guests coming in. I know their time frames. I know when stuff is getting posted on socials. And then there's Jesse just like, just doing the last show.
I just bring I bring the style. You bring the workman craft.
Exactly, which is why we'll never do a podcast together again.
Don't be coy.
So we got like 5-10 minutes to fill until our first guest show up here, Jesse, and they're going to do our first top 5 with us, which we finished the last show on, if people remember. If people who watched before, what was it, Jesse?
The one that we said we were going to do this week? It was top 5 Disney Pixar films, right?
That is coming up in 5 minutes with our first ever special guest. Is this the pod last? It is the pod last.
Yeah, pod last of this show.
Of Got Till 5, yes. How do you feel, Jesse? 100 episodes. We started this podcast September 13th, 2017. Are you a different and grown man than you were back then?
Yes. Different. I wouldn't say grown. I've shrunk, if anything. I think I was in a little flat when we started this podcast. I remember having to do it sitting on my bed with like everything plugged in, because that's the only place I could be to do this show. We were audio only, weren't we, for a long time? So we weren't seeing each other. And it was good times, but it started as a little wrestling podcast because we loved wrestling. We thought it was the only subject we could think of that both of us were very knowledgeable on. So we just started chatting shit about that, which was lovely. But yeah, I was definitely a different person back then. A little 27-year-old. Now I'm a grizzly 31-year-old.
And you're more of an alcoholic, according to our...
This is true. Well, yeah, I make more money now than I did then. And a side effect of that is you can buy more booze.
Which is a fair comparison. And then we were lucky enough that we were able to get some cool guests to come on the show. We got some
great wrestling guests, didn't we?
Great wrestling guests that kind of made their appearances. The t-shirt that you can win, not the hoodie, but you can win the t-shirt later on, has all our guests written. It's got all of our show episodes that we've had on the back. So if you leave a comment, you can win this bad boy. There's all of our shows that we did. There's all of the guests that we did. So good stuff. But yeah, and a couple of them are going to be making a little appearance later. But we never thought we'd get to the point where we'd have guests. We've appeared in magazines. We've, been featured on shows. It's been a wild ride. We've
done all sorts, and it is better to burn out than fade away, as you said earlier. This is I feel like 100 is a good number. It's a good legacy to leave, but we're leaving people wanting more, which I think is a good thing to do. We don't just want to fizzle away and people get bored of the show and then people slowly drop off and stop listening. That's what happens to every other podcast, and that's lame. Like, just know when you're done, finish, and then start something new and exciting, and keep your artistic taste buds happy.
100's a sweet number, sweet number. Also, we're going to be ending the show because for people who've listened to Got Till 5 from the Eon early days, we said we'd end up on top 5 Ric Flair matches. Our hope was that he was going to die and that we'd do a tribute show.
Hope is a strange word to use for. And we do not want Ric Flair to die because he's the greatest professional wrestler of all time.
But you know what that motherfucker did this morning, which I posted on Twitter? He posted a video.
Of dying.
He was dancing. He posted a video on Twitter of him like. He's like, not going to get me, Got Till 5, not today.
He's never been healthier. It's ridiculous. But yeah, we're still going to close the episode on top 5 Ric Flair matches because we always said we'd do it, so we have to do it.
We are cheating with multiple top 5s. We have many, not many, we have 9, literally 9. So let me just quickly share the screen if I can. I haven't full-sized it, but here's the list of ones that we've got left to come. So
are we going to do all of them today?
Nah, we'll just get through a couple. We'll see what happens. So we've got Pixar coming up, then we got Ric Flair at the end, but in between, any of these 9 are gonna come and make an appearance. So
happy days! I'm excited.
What was your favorite top 5?
Favorite top 5 that we ever did?
Yeah,
that's mental.
I was hoping you would have prepared a little bit.
If we're talking our wrestling days, I really enjoyed our top 5 Chris Benoit matches just because, anyone who doesn't know, he's when I was a kid, it's not my fault. He was always my favorite wrestler, and I'm a bit of a sort of encyclopedia of Chris Benoit stuff. So when we did that was fun, and it was the day that an England World Cup match had happened. So I'd been at the pub.
Drunk and you showed up.
Yeah. I'd been at the pub, had a few drinks, got back, and I had a bit of a buzz on, and then we did that show. And I just remember inappropriately sort of giggling throughout the whole thing because I'd had a few drinks, even though it's a very dark subject matter. So I had a lovely time on that episode.
For me, for wrestling, I'd probably have to go top 5 Vince McMahon episodes.
That was a good one. You dug out some fantastic clips for that one.
Yeah, I think that was my peak, the Vince McMahon. For outside of that, Nintendo, you're right. Top 5 Descendants songs was
love that.
Without a doubt, a favorite episode that
that led to us getting Bill Stevenson as a guest, which is pretty fucking exciting. Which would be, it wasn't a top 5, I suppose, but I would class that as my favorite episode because it was one of my favorite people in the world that we got to speak to.
Yeah, I would 100% agree. I would 100% agree with you, Jesse. Is everyone ready for our first guest? First guest.
Who are you talking to? Yes.
Well, they can comment. There's comment sections they can join in the party with. So our first guests to give you guys a little bit of context are our dear sweet angel daughters who have stuck by us through thick and thin, and we spawned them, didn't we, Jesse? They came from our loins.
Burst forth. You just took the words right out of my mouth. They burst forth from our loins. Kicking and screaming. They're beautiful girls, and they do a little podcast on our network called Game Till 5, which is continuing after this. So you should always
Game Till 5 is going to continue. So once we're dead, all you subscribers go jump over there. They do Got Till 5, but with games, and they're a lot more coherent. They're less distracted, and they do a lot more research. They're a lot sexier than us. Basically, they're everything that we wish we could be. So, ladies and gentlemen, Nikki. And
hello.
Hello, you two.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thanks for birthing us.
That's all right. Oh, could you hear all that? I didn't know you could hear all that.
I didn't know that they could hear all
that. Heard it all.
I take it all back. You both look very nice. Steph, you look like Mary Jane from Spider-Man. I'm into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nikki,
glad to know it.
You're rocking your own merch. You've got the ears on, which reminds me of a character from Xenoblade Chronicles. This is good times. Cromie is very excited by the presence of women. I don't know if he's in prison, but we should probably assume he is.
Bring on the women. That's what we say. Thank you for coming on to our first. You're our first guests of this special, and
I'm gonna get you out of the way quick.
Yeah. Let's get. I feel like the quality dips as we go through the show, and I wanted to get the good guests on first.
Oh God! If this is a peak,
it's all downhill from here.
So, would you like to start by telling us what you love about Got Till 5 and me and Jesse in particular?
Specifically me.
This was not something that we were told to prepare. Like, if I'd known I had to say nice things about this podcast, then I don't know if I would have showed up, really. No, we joke. We love you guys. You guys are the best. You birthed us. There would be no us without you guys, to be fair. So there's that. But as always, your lovely chemistry is... I mean, we get to see it in person as well quite often.
Very true.
Not recently.
Not in about 2 years.
Not recently. Oh, yeah.
It's been a while.
So
and now you guys have grown to be these popular, huge video game streaming extraordinaires. Like Nikki, your crazy setup, Steph, like your murderous Sims ways. Like, tell us about what Game Till 5's been up to and your streaming stuff. Like, plug your shit. That's why we bring people on.
I mean, like, I feel like we're kind of the same as you. Like, we literally just started off like, well, I know I started recording off on my bed and shit, and like it's going well. Like, I've really enjoyed it, and it's nice that we've been able to kind of take it into the world of streaming, which has been really fun. And we've done stuff like this too, like live shows. That's been really good. I mean, we're doing well, and we're doing merch too. So
that hat is sick. That
is a cool hat. I want that. Where do we buy the merch?
Can't buy it right now, but you will be able to soon, and we will let you know.
Yeah.
What are you plugging?
I haven't set it.
Oh, it's your fault. I was ready.
Yeah, it's my fault. I haven't set it up yet. No,
should have thrown Nikki under the bus.
Direct that one at me. That's me not doing it yet. It will be.
It's coming soon, and we'll let you know. Follow us, and you'll be able
as
to
Nikki
see.
Said, coming soon.
Beanies just in time for summer.
Yep.
At Game Till 5, everyone. Take the GOT out of game. You'll find them magically.
There you go.
So one thing I want to ask about streaming is I went on Twitch earlier, and what's with this trend of women just existing and streaming and like being in hot tubs and working out?
Is it turning into OnlyFans?
It really is.
I don't think so. I feel like there's some bannings that are happening now with it, but women are going to do what they're going to do to get bank, and
that is a beautiful statement. And I think aware of a world, so don't judge us.
No, I fully support. Get in those hot tubs, gals.
I was going to say, if me and Nikki next appear in a hot tub, then times are low in money.
Yeah,
we've shared a hot tub. 3 of us have. Nikki, you've never been in a hot tub with us, but the 3 of us have been in a hot tub together.
That's true.
The 3 of us have been in a hot tub together.
Yeah, why isn't this the party?
No.
I'm disappointed.
I know, right? Well, now we know that we can stream
cool.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
the 4 of us get in a hot tub and stream this bitch.
Yeah.
All right.
What was it like? Your friend Ray, she had like the hot tub inflatable. That's what we should have done to get the views on this.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Jesus, Jesse,
missing out.
Falling behind.
What is this?
But
how many shows have we done together, the 4 of us? So we've guested with you twice, I think, and maybe you with us twice, and then I came on to do a special Stardew Valley episode with you 2 as well, and the lovely Leia.
I want to say you guys have been on 3 times, the 2 of you, and then once with just you, Jesse.
Yeah. So just to be clear,
Crossing.
you've had me more than Max.
I just want to this is the whole thing where it's like Jesse has been on more Game Till 5 episodes than me. He has done more Got Till 5 episodes than me because I was literally in surgery when the episode happened.
We all have excuses.
But he holds it over my head like a little carrot. So excellent. Are you guys going to finish at 100, or are you going to keep the Game Till 5 party going?
I don't know. I don't even know what number we're on now, Steph.
We're on 56. We just released our 56th episode this week. So maybe, I guess we'll see how we get on. We've got another 2 years to get to that one at the rate we go. So.
You're going to fucking hate each other by episode 99.
Like us.
Just fall out.
I'm fully prepared for this.
End the podcast 99.
The cracks were already beginning.
But it was top 5 Mass Effect something or other that you did last.
It's just something Mass Effect. Yeah. Non-squad characters in Mass Effect. Yeah. Super.
Are there even 100 games? That is not.
Well, you know what, Nintendo? Not only do they do top 5s on games, but it's top 5 like types of games. So they're throwing 5s into one episode sometimes, which is mental.
They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Well, I know we're on time, so you guys are here to do a top 5 off the top of your head, even though you've had a week to prepare for it. We're going to talk about top 5 Pixar movies.
I've not had a week.
No.
I had about a day.
I'm not taking this. I'm not taking this. You've had a week to prepare bullshit. Like, this was told to us at like 9 p.m. last night. And I told Nikki today. So
top 5. Nintendo's on fire today. I'm loving Nintendo tonight. Keep the comments coming. Keep it coming. And all you other fuckers who are like, I can see the number of the amount of people you're watching and who aren't commenting.
We always get this, but just silent.
Yeah.
You're all cowards.
Bunch of cowards in watching and not commenting. Get in the comments. You can win free shit. I'm literally going to send you free shit. So drop a comment. And
any country. It doesn't matter where you are. We'll send it anywhere.
Free shipping worldwide.
Zimbabwe.
Any comment you want as well. Spread your hate. Let it happen. Okay, so top 5 Pixar movies is our pick. And I feel the fairest way to do this is me and Jesse will pick 2, you 2 pick 2, and then we have to pick a number 1 together. We have to agree on something as a family. Hey, Steve, thanks for joining. Steve's on in a minute, everyone. He's bitter that his slot isn't happening. So,
this is rapidly going downhill.
Rapidly, I know. As tradition, guests go first. So, tell us, number 5 Pixar movie, the best of all time. Go.
All right, I'll tell you. I think it's me first, isn't it, Steph? My number 5. You're lucky I like Pixar, by the way, because you literally gave me a day. Brave is my number 5.
Brave.
I don't know how long I've got to talk about it. I'm just throwing it out there. I didn't do much research.
Give us a quick. Why do you love Brave?
I like it because the main star is a ginger, angry Scottish lady.
Like Steph?
Yeah. And Billy Connolly is in it. And I just think it's an awesome movie. The soundtrack is amazing. I just think it was just really, really lovely. I don't have much else other than that. It's number 5. It's not that high in the list, but I liked it. There's a bear in it as well. Quality top 5s from me.
The bear makes up most of the story.
Bears improve all things. Stardew Valley is better because of its bear.
Exactly. Put a bear in it and I'm in.
Throwback. Love it. I love Brave. It's for me, it doesn't. Not shitting on your pick, Nikki, as I normally do whenever you make a pick. But for
Bears
me,
do that actually.
Bears, I'm gonna bear shit on your pick. But for me, it fits more into the Disney category than shit. Steph's got offended and just left.
She does not agree.
She's done. While she sorts her life out. For me, it's more like the kind of Disney princess than Pixar. It doesn't feel Pixar-y to me.
Right. Okay. I mean, I suppose, I guess it does have a lot of obviously to do with Disney because obviously Pixar and Disney kind of had a baby. But I see what you're saying. But I think personally she doesn't fit that kind of princess role. Not that the princesses have been fitting that role for a very long time, but I don't know. I like the fact that she could, has a bow and arrow and she's a bit of a badass. But yeah, it's a weird one. I know what you mean. It does feel a little bit more Disney in that regard. But no, it's cool. As I said, I wanted to have it as my number 5 at least.
Yeah, I 100% respect. It's a great movie and the animation's incredible. Music, as you said, is really good.
And Billy Connolly, great show.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's all you need to say.
Yeah.
And Billy Connolly. Jesse Singers, you've prepared as much as Nikki. What's the number 4 top 5 Pixar movie?
Well, my good friends, sisters and daughters, I'm going with A Bug's Life, which feels like it's a little bit forgotten nowadays. It was sort of that second album syndrome from Pixar, wasn't it? Toy Story came out, blew everyone's little titties off, and then they've suddenly got to come up with something else. They come up with A Bug's Life, comes out at the same time as Ants. I'm not sure who actually had the idea first, but that was all a bit weird. But anyway, Bug's Life comes out. I like the characters. It's a shame that what's-his-face voices the baddie, doesn't he? Who we're not allowed to like
Kevin
anymore.
Spacey.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey. But that's all right, though, because it's a baddie. So it's like, oh, boo, you shag boys, or whatever he did. So, like, maybe he did that as a cricket as well. I don't know. But the biggest takeaway of Bug's Life for me is that the ants, the little people, can overthrow the crickets, the government or whatever, they're the badasses, but there's so many little ants. If they wanted to, and he makes this point, he's like, look, one little ant means nothing. If they all gang up, we're fucked, son. So he makes that point, and then that actually happens at the end. And I really like that sort of analogy in a kid's film. That's pretty right on. That's like anarchistic. And I like that it's basically raised a bunch of little ant-loving, anarchy children from our era. Yeah, and I blame A Bug's Life. And also, music, we're talking about music. Everyone remembers Randy Newman's You Got a Friend in Me from Toy Story. No one remembers his equally fantastic from A Bug's Life, Where's the Bug, which is one of the greatest songs ever written.
Was a bug, a little bug.
We sing that every so often. Someone will talk about a bug, and it'll be like, was a bug, a little bug.
When we lived together, we used to sing it all the time.
And it still carries on to this day. Bugs Life.
That's all Randy Newman did. He just will list out whatever he can see or he's told the movie is about. Just talks about bugs. He's like, there was a bug.
Randy Newman's got an amazing song, and it's not from a film, it's just one of his songs. I implore you to go check it out at some point. It's called Short People, and it's just a song about dwarfs. And the opening line is, short people got nobody. He just goes on like that for ages. It's like they got little feet. It's brilliant. You need to go listen to it.
God bless you, Rand. We should have done top 5 Randy Newman songs at this rate.
Yeah,
God, love it.
He's got some crackers.
Bug's Life is a fantastic choice and still holds up from an animation standpoint, even 25 years later, or whatever the case may be. Yeah. Still looks like a great movie. Absolutely love it. All right. Stephanie, number 3.
Oh, yeah. Sorry to interrupt. I got confused with the numbers. Go ahead.
It's always about you, isn't it, Nikki?
Let Steph have a moment, can you?
We forgot. No, wait a minute. I think we forgot how this works.
Yeah, we have.
Because we do our
You've got 5 fingers on one hand.
Okay, all right. Pipe down. What I meant was, you guys do 5, and then you each get one, and you count down much faster than we do. We're used to having like a full 5 to ourselves.
I've seen.
So I'm supposed to have 4. So I'm gonna do what I'm gonna assume is gonna be our number 2, so that we get to do our number.
Yeah, we're all agreeing on a number 1 as a got till 5 family. The 4 of us are going to agree on a number 1.
So you're next going to have one, and then then we're going to do 1, right?
So yeah, you get a choice now. Then Steph, Max says 1. Then Steph, a lot of us all agree.
Steph, your favorite Pixar movie. Name your favorite Pixar movie, and then we can talk about
be a broadcaster.
And then we'll debate what should be number 1.
We weren't prepped.
This is what you do to our podcast every time you're on, so I'm glad that I'm derailing this.
Why are you both wearing plaid shirts? Didn't you phone each other beforehand?
Lucky Steph's not in a hat, otherwise this would have gone to shit.
I was fucking tempted. Right, no. Mine is... I'm going to pick Coco.
You whore.
That's not a film. What's that? That's Crash Bandicoot's sister.
How have you not... Yeah, and it's a fucking great film. So Coco is one of the best musical things ever. It's about a small boy who goes to the land of the dead in Mexico. It's very good and very
Coco.
I don't know. Nikki, you probably have more things. I like it. It's I love all the music. Everything's beautiful, and it makes me cry at the end.
I think it's a beautiful way to look at like death and grief and letting go, because it kind of animates it in a children's movie, which is odd, but it's really nice, I think, because it kind of shows the process and it makes you feel a little bit kind of not happier about death, because death's not a happy thing, but it kind of makes you feel a bit better afterwards. Like, oh, you know, maybe they're all just living in this weird Mexican land.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I've never seen it.
You should watch it. It's really good. You kind of like have this like new appreciation for the way that Mexican culture deals with death, and it's just very nice with the ofrenda. Yes. They remember people, and it's nice. It's a nice message.
Oh, that's lovely. I did a Ouija board once, and we asked it what death is like, and it just came back with nice. That was the word it came back with. So that makes me think of what this film's probably like.
Fucking hell.
But yeah, Coco is a treasure of a movie. Like the feelings you get when you watch it, it's up there with those Pixar movies that just break your soul, and your life is like, what is life? What is meaning? And Coco is up there in that sense. And Steph, you're 100% right. Like the ofrenda and like Mexican culture and how they view death is, and I feel like Coco does the best music of any Pixar movie. And I'll fight any of you right now.
Well, Pixar never normally does music. This is the first musical one they do. It's not Disney. Disney's normally the musical one. This is the first one they did, and they nail it.
Nice. Well, they had some in Brave, like the music in Brave was pretty. But I suppose maybe
they don't sing, right?
Yeah, she sings. That's cool. Don't worry about my five.
Scottish people love singing. It just happens.
Hey, Jimmy.
I'm going to watch it this weekend on Disney Plus.
I can't believe,
as I call it, the Simpsons machine.
I honestly can't believe you never watched Coco. It's like up there as one of the best.
Yeah, it's completely passed me by. It looks wicked. I just Google imaged it and saw a lot of skulls and Mexicans. I'm in.
Yeah, there's even a wrestling reference in there, which I'll leave you as a little thing to catch for yourself.
Thank you very much. I got plenty from you.
Excellent choice, Steph. That was mine. So now I hate you with a passion. So I will go number 2. Number 2. Sophie, welcome to the show. Mark, my brother, by the way, cried at Coco, which I'm just going to immortalize on screen for everyone to see. So if the kids are watching, it's
a little cat.
Niece and nephew just said it.
Your dad's a strong virile man. Number 2, I will go with Finding Nemo.
Ah, nice choice.
Finding Nemo was kind of, I don't know, it was 2013. It was a simpler time in life, and it was about a fish trying to find his son, and there were turtles that smoked weed somehow, and quite frequently to get that level of voice, which I fully don't understand.
Schizophrenic shark.
Schizophrenic shark, yeah, Bruce. We gotta love Bruce that came in there. What else do we love? Dory, obviously. Ellen DeGeneres has fallen out of favor.
Brain damaged fish.
Yeah, fallen out of favor with the world, but at the time she was a beloved classic.
I think she's back, isn't she? Hasn't everyone?
No. They've cancelled her show this week, so she's,
really? Oh shit! Have you ever seen her game show?
She has a game show.
She had a game show. It's on ITV4. I've been at home a lot. And so I've been watching a lot of daytime telly, and it was on ITV4, and it's like a crazy Japanese game show where like they just get people like attach harnesses to them and shit, and like ask them a question, they get it wrong, and they fire them in the air, they shove paint on them, and all sorts of shit. It's evil.
How's this?
Everyone's loving it. I think we need to forgive Ellen just so this game show carries on because it's amazing.
Okay, apparently Ninterd's a biologist, and he said, especially since the dad turning into Nemo's mum looked for him to, if there's children watching, have sex with him. I don't fully understand what that means.
I don't understand. I think Ninterd's had a stroke.
Clownfish can turn into, like, they can change their gender, I think.
Nikki, marine biologist, coming to the rescue.
I think.
That would be a good superpower. We didn't talk about that last week when we did our superpowers, Max.
We didn't.
Just be able to change from boy to girl whenever you want. That would be awesome.
Just like, boom. Would you want to look like Steph? Would you want to look like Nikki?
Oh, that's difficult.
Let's not play this game.
It depends how many drinks I've had.
We'll leave that up for everyone's opinions. So for me, Finding Nemo is a fantastic movie. It's got so many cool little moments, and I love the journey that it goes on. Like Finding Dory is not to the same level, but like Finding Nemo was just chef's kiss perfection. Does everyone agree?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good film.
I agree too. So
is Steph frozen or is she just quiet?
No, she's there.
Oh, I might have frozen.
Oh no, there she is. Good. Okay, so as a family,
we need to come up with a number one. I know what my number one is, and I hope everyone agrees with me.
Let's take a consensus. Steph, what would you say is the best Pixar movie ever made?
Up.
Rob!
Jesse.
Hands down.
Toy Story 3.
Nikki.
So me and Steph had a joint number one, but can I throw in a different one now?
Yes.
Wall-E.
Oh.
That's a good shout. Thank you, Dan, man. Yeah, you're on Team Steph, obviously. There you go.
So we got two for up. Wall-E is a fantastic shout. Beautiful. No audio for the first 18 minutes of it, and then just what a love story.
Louisa had a dream about Wall-E, and Wall-E was a serial killing robot in her dream, and she's never been able to watch it ever since. She's terrified of Wall-E now.
Oh,
how would he? He's got little trucks and little arms. He's not going to do anything to you.
She never went into detail on what happened in this dream, but it was harrowing.
Personally, I think all robots have the possibility to become destructive beings.
Exactly. Have you seen The Matrix?
Exactly. Never trust a robot.
Yeah. iRobot. Remember that?
Okay, so
Terminator.
There's loads of horrible robots out there. Wall-E sucks.
No, he doesn't. Oh, goodbye.
Jesus, Steph's done. I'll wait for it to come back, but
what would your choice be?
Hi, Colin. Coming again. Two for Incredibles. I wasn't a massive Incredibles fan. I
really liked Incredibles. Incredibles was really funny.
Incredibles 2 had it going on.
Another good one.
I'm with Max. I never really loved Incredibles, and
yeah, Incredibles 2 was the one that I really enjoyed.
I'm with our commenters. Both Incredibles films are great.
All right, so I'm very torn in the sense of Toy Story. I cannot deny that the franchise of Toy Story has been so influential, and Toy Story 3 is amazing. However, Up is a movie that touches me in places that I've never been touched in my life. So between Up and Toy Story, I'll say Toy Story for the overall franchise, but for personally, I would have to side with Steph and Dan and say that Up was just the perfect movie that Pixar's ever put out.
Fair enough. As a side note, I'm going through Always Sunny in Philadelphia at the moment, and I just got to the episode when they're in the store when it's being robbed, and Charlie has the dream sequence of running away with the waitress, and then at the end she dies, and it turns out that he's the old man from Up. And that's put up higher in my estimation watching that episode.
What a link. What a beautiful, beautiful link. So there we go. We had, oh, fucking hell, I've got to remember these now. Jesse, what was yours?
Bug's Life.
Bug's Life, Steph. No, fucking hell. We start with Nikki, didn't we?
Me, yeah.
Yeah, Brave. Nikki had Brave. I had Bug's Life. Steph had Coco. You had, what did you have, Max?
Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo. And then we're fighting over Toy Story 3.
We have a joint tie of
Wall-E.
Toy Story. No, Wall-E's gone. Nikki lost.
Yeah, to be honest, I just wanted to mention Wall-E just because I could. I'm going to vote for Up because, I mean, Toy Story is fantastic though, but Up, it gets your heart.
There we
so
go,
does Toy
guys.
Story 3.
They feel the things.
The people have spoken, Jesse. The guests, the listeners, the number one Pixar movie of all time is Up. You've heard it here first.
Fine.
But Ratatouille, great shout. Great. Remy is the dude.
How did they even pitch that film? Imagine pitching to the execs that, right, there's a rat and he's just really good at cooking. It's like, right, okay, we got a film. Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. So our next guest is waiting in the wings and he's making funny faces. Should we bring him on? Like everyone knows our next guest as we kind of do it. As the girls, can we do 5 guests on one screen? I've never done this before.
What will happen?
Let's see. Well, we'll bring him on. We'll have a nice little transition. The girls, please plug your stuff, and then we'll deal with this thing that's joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, from the podcast, Steve Fingerstyles. Did I do good?
What is going on? Hey, first off, do I sound like a chipmunk again, or am I back to normal?
No, you sound all right now. That chipmunk, I'd forgotten about that. That was amazing. You don't sound like a chipmunk, but you look like Jesus. Why are you so white?
This is, what's
what? Why am I so white?
No, not you.
Comment is that?
Just ask people why they're so white.
Not you. I mean, you look like you're in heaven and you're wearing white t-shirt.
He's not in his cave.
You look biblical. Oh, it's an Andre t-shirt. That's nice.
Yes.
Lovely stuff. Steve, the girls, you've guested on Game Till 5 many times.
Steve, the girls, Steve.
Yes, we do know each other.
Yeah. So this, by the way, for viewers watching, this is like the Got Till 5. What do you call a 5 shape? Pentagon?
Pentagon.
Yeah.
No, is that the evil one? No, that's a. Don't worry.
It's a star.
Pentagram.
You can make a star.
Pentagram,
out of
thank you.
right?
I like that one. Star is good.
Yeah.
So this is the Got Till 5 star for anyone who's kind of curious about the history. If you're first joining or like you're new to just me and Jesse, obviously we have the Game Till 5 team who handles everything video games and all things correct. Thank you, Ninted, for confirming my education. Pentagon is correct. Steve is a dear old friend from the early days of the podcast. We don't know how we met. He just appeared in our lives. And then we started guesting on each other's podcasts. And then he went on the Game Till 5 podcast. They went on his. And it's just this lovely little pentagon of love.
Steve has been very supportive and lovely throughout the whole process.
Exactly.
Well, somebody's got to give you the hits, right?
Somebody's got to.
Okay.
So we're already behind schedule and I'm stressing out quite a bit. So Steph, Nikki, thank you for coming on and doing top 5 Pixar movies with us. Excellent choices once again. Please plug where people can find Game Till 5, because once we're dead, we want everyone to transfer over to you. So tell us all the stuff, your streaming stuff, your podcast, all of it. Go.
Steph, you go first.
Go, Nikki.
Oh God.
Okay. I'll do it.
It's like herding cats.
You can just go to GameTill5.com. Very simple.
Steph, internet crapping out for everyone else because
Steph's crashing. I'll take over quickly. Right, GameTill5.com. And you can obviously listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you find podcasts. I stream on Twitch at Elite Cat. You can follow me there. Steph is Sephi Scrub. We do stuff on Twitch. We obviously have Game Till 5. These guys are dying, so feel free to come to us. Also, we have hats.
You do have hats.
We do have hats. Sorry, Steph, to cut you off there. The internet was
it's fine. I'm sorry. My internet hates me today. Just for you guys.
I did it.
It happens. Oh, we got people in the comments saying they're going to go check you guys out. So that makes me happy. The new next episode's dropping on Monday, if I'm correct for you guys.
Wednesday.
Yeah, we've switched to Wednesdays.
Okay, Wednesdays. Just to be awkward. Nikki's and Steph's streams are absolutely fantastic. They do some fantastic games. Their podcasts are funny as hell. Way funnier than me and Jesse. So, like, you're actually going to be upgrading if you switch to them. And all we can say is, thank you both for, like, joining the Got Till 5 family, doing your own game thing. We've had a lot of fun doing the episodes that we've done with you when it comes to, the Stardew Valley or any of the game episodes that we've done or having you on. So just, thank you so much for being a part of this little adventure that we've done.
We love you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Love you.
It's been...
Thank nothing.
Steph, this is annoying because Steph's probably saying really sweet stuff right now, but we can't hear it.
Never going to work. It's never going to work.
No.
Okay.
I think I heard her say that she's glad you're ending.
Much more accurate.
No.
I'm kidding. We love you both. We love you all, in fact, Steve included. Thank you for having us. It's been lovely.
Thank you for joining us. Please enjoy the rest of your show if you do stick around afterwards. And can't wait to get together in person and have like a little farewell party. But for now, love you both. Goodbye and good night.
Love you, Game Till 5.
Bye. Manually.
And we're left with Steve.
God, this is way too stressful.
I'm sorry.
Max, you've bitten off more than you could chew here.
I really have. Like, I've got like fucking out 19 minutes to the next guest. Steve, how are you, my friend?
We could subside with the pleasantries and get right into it if you want, because I know you're stressing out and all. So everyone knows how I'm grumpy. I'm old. Let's get into it, man.
You got a lot of hair right now on the top of your head.
I know. This is the longest I ever have it. This is about 6 weeks without shaving it. And I'm quite not very happy with it the way I look. But it's too hot to put on a hat right now because it's like boiling in the city today. So what can you do?
Also, like, Steve, you're one of these men who, unlike Jesse, who with like losing the hair and stuff, like you just shave your head because you shave your head because of choice.
See, look how thick this shit is. This is
that's solid. You've got a damn good hairline, son.
I know. Look at this. It's not even receding that much. I'm actually impressed.
You're looking good.
Loving it.
Like it. State of this shit.
What the fuck is that?
I know. It's not coming out again.
So. For anyone who doesn't know Steve, you must be like living under the rock at this point because we've guested on Steve's. None of us know how we became friends at this point. But Steve reached out to us in the early days of the podcast. Well, hey, Pittsburgh Penguins. You doing all right in the playoffs? What is it now?
So
2-1? 1-1?
Yeah, but I'm not expecting them to make it far. It was good enough. I was actually surprised they won their division this year, to tell you the truth. I was not expecting anything at all from them. So whatever they do from now on is a bonus.
St. Louis Blues. Like everyone's like, oh, how are they going to do? And I'm like, they're not even going to get through the first round. Like, I'm not even going to watch. I'm not even going to pretend.
They shouldn't even be there.
They shouldn't even be there. They exactly shouldn't be there. Nintendo's religious imagery to precursor to a drinking game. Can we start a Got Till 5 drinking game? Is that something we can do? I feel like it is.
I feel like, we can come up with one and post it afterwards, shall we? Because I've actually finished my drink.
Oh, disappointing. Jesse, you need to get like a maid service going. Come on.
I know.
I've got my bottle of wine right here.
I need some.
Okay. So as I was saying, like Steve reached out to us. We had guested on his when we were doing the old wrestling days. Then he came back onto us. He's been a great like third member of the team who filled in a bunch of times on the episodes. We've had back and forths. You've appeared on like random episodes. We've built a friendship, haven't we? Like, don't say no because like I'm reaching out to you emotionally.
Well, actually, to make you guys even feel better, to tell you the truth, these guys are my only friends, so I gotta hold on to this.
Even better. We have many more. It's weird though. Like I do view Steve as like a close friend in terms of like what we've been doing over the podcast years.
I don't know. I'm going to need to go back, I think, and find our old episode, like the first episode we ever had you on, and listen and just see what the vibe was. Do you know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
Know each other, yeah, and just see what that was like. So I might do that after this, actually, just to see.
Yeah, why not?
Steve, do you fancy doing just a random top 5?
I don't care. I'm up for whatever you guys need me for. You want me to strip down? I'll strip down. It's the last episode. Let's do it.
God bless you, my friend. So everyone remembers the wheel from the last episode. There are 9 topics left. There's British sitcoms in here. If there is, we're going to skip over it.
Yes.
But we're going to see what comes up. There's one wrestling one in there and some other random stuff. So let's see what the Wheel of Fortune brings.
Oh, you've lost the music this time. No crazy Mexican music. Yeah.
Oh,
that's handy. Hello.
Serendipitous.
This is what the fuck? Now I gotta Google.
Perfect. So everyone who's not a wrestling fan, apologies. You're about to get an education in wrestling. This is a throwback.
Oh, I got it.
And we'll quick fire this because we know there's a lot of listeners right now who aren't wrestling fans, but it's important for us to kind of fire through. So as we start with the girls, Steve, you're kicking off.
So how many do we get to do here?
So we'll do me. Oh, fucking hell. Really should have planned this more, shouldn't I? You do one, Jesse does one, I'll do one, and then we'll figure it out.
Sure, and then we'll come with one together. How about that? This will be a top 4 since I'm only one person.
There we go.
Perfect. Well, then, Steve.
All right, mine's easy. I'm sure there's a ton of good Eddie Guerrero matches. Obviously, everyone knows all the feuds he had back in the day, even in WCW days, all that shit. But I'm going to be selfish, and I'm going to go with his last match that was alive against a former guest of mine, which is Ken Anderson. So Eddie Guerrero versus Ken Anderson, Mr. Kennedy in WWE on SmackDown. I don't know what year it was, but
2005.
There you what? 5 or 1?
5.
Okay, so then there you go. That's the match I'm going with, only for my cheap plug. So go check out the episode I had with Mr. Ken Anderson, as he also talks about that match.
There you go. He got, I believe, Eddie Guerrero won that by DQ, didn't he? Because he did the whole hit the ref.
He cheated, he did.
Throws the chair to Mr. Kennedy and pretends that he's been hit by the chair. That
exactly.
Yeah. Awesome.
Perfect exit. Just to give context to the people who aren't wrestling fans who are watching right now, Eddie Guerrero is, I feel like anyone can become, no, I just say is. Anyone can become a fan of wrestling by watching an Eddie Guerrero match. He was charismatic, he was athletic, he was funny, like super funny. He blended, when you talk about wrestling and like people, it's not real, and it's like, yes, but Eddie blended that sports entertainment element. That's what Eddie was. So I would highly recommend checking out an Eddie match if no one's ever had the chance, and this is your perfect time to.
One of the best
technical,
suplexes in
high
the game.
Flyer, funny, great on the mic from a heel and face perspective, like unbelievable talent. Like anyone that we speak to. And I was going back and listening to old episodes when we interviewed wrestlers and stuff, and we always asked, like, what's your top 5 favorite wrestler? Always they would name Eddie Guerrero. Always, without a doubt, he would be in the conversation. So yeah, so happy to be talking about Eddie. Jesse, what would you go for?
I'm going to go in strong with his the first and only time he won the WWE title when he beat Brock Lesnar at No Way Out 2004. This not only is this one of Eddie Guerrero's best matches, but I think it's one of Brock Lesnar's greatest matches as well. It was a month before Brock left the company, and by all accounts, he should have mentally checked out and didn't give a shit. But I like to think that he respected Eddie enough and is still just so naturally good at that job that he gave Eddie and Eddie gave him just a stunning match. And Eddie's brilliant. We just talked about how brilliant Eddie is, but Brock made Eddie look absolutely fucking amazing in that match as well. Brock did a brilliant job. Yeah. It was just Brock Lesnar's a 6'4", like brick shithouse guy beating the shit out of a 5'9" little Mexican dude. And like, yet when Eddie Guerrero started mounting offense, it always felt believable. It didn't feel like you didn't think there's no way this little 5'9" guy could actually have a fight with this 6'4" dude. Eddie made it look believable. Brock made it look believable. It's a long match. It's like 40 minutes or something. It goes on a while. Sure. And there's a lot of sort of technical, sort of what you would call rest holds, but like, you know, submissions and rolling around on the floor and stuff. But it adds to the story so much. And the pacing is incredible. And it ends with Eddie Guerrero winning the WWE title, which was such a shock at the time. No one thought that was actually going to happen.
No, exactly. Against Brock Lesnar as well.
Yeah. and everyone just goes fucking mental. Like WE don't pull massive upsets like that often, but when they do, the payoffs are incredible.
Yeah, and those kind of special moments. And this Jesus dude, great guest. God bless you, Steve. Jesus.
Okay, hold on. Before we go on, this Nintendo nerd or whatever the fuck his name is, I already don't like you because you're a Nintendo fanboy and I hate Zelda. So fuck you too.
You're a Switch bitch.
No, I'm not a Switch bitch.
You can't just be mad about one game.
It's only because of COVID I got Switch. If it wasn't for COVID, I would never have gone Switch.
You're worse than a Zelda fan because you bought the game and you hate it, and yet you continue to play it.
This is true. But that's my cheapness, though. It's not me being stupid. There's a difference.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
Fair enough. Colin, thank you for agreeing.
Yeah,
I like your picture with Frank as well.
Good. We gotta love some Frank. I invited Colin on, and we don't know if he'll be able to come. It doesn't look likely. He's just had a newborn baby boy who was born a couple of months ago now. Colin, I think it was. So congratulations to you and the missus and the new baby boy. It's
amazing. Nice one, Colin.
Since he's been on. So yeah, well done, Colin. Yeah, absolutely fantastic match. When Brock would scream in Eddie's face of just like, "You ain't nothing, Eddie.
Just die.
Just die, Eddie." Like, absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Fantastic match. So for me, like, I'm tempted to go WCW, but I feel like between us, we're going to get onto that match. So for me, I'm going to pick one of my personal favorite all-time matches.
Can I guess?
Please do.
Is it Vengeance 2003 against Chris Benoit?
No, it's not.
That is one of your favorites,
which is a close second. Like, big Eddie mark over here. See that? Fucking out. So, okay, Colin's kid 16 months. For me, I was just like, I swear Colin's just had a kid.
He's basically in college, this kid.
He's guesting on the show next. He's coming on, like Colin's kid. He's coming on the match. So, yes. Wow, fucking hell, 16 months. Like, when people have babies and then they just suddenly are like, oh, he's now free and he can walk and he has a bank account. Just baffling. What else is happening there? That's not typical Canadian speak, finger stars. You know, if you're Canadian and swear an apology usually follows. Oh, everyone's giving you shade.
I'm not your typical Canadian, so fuck you too. How about them apples?
Sorry for him. Sorry. Sorry.
See, I'm not Jesus after all.
So I'm gonna go for it was a SmackDown match. It was Eddie Guerrero versus Edge in a no DQ match. This was following their mate, come on. So this was following their kind of feud when they kind of had Unforgiven, No Mercy as well, I think, and then the blow-off match was on SmackDown. This was a free match that they gave away in like the middle of SmackDown, not even the main event. And it was a no DQ match. You had ladders in it, referee bump. I think it was Nick Patrick, not your guy coming up, but Nick Patrick took a sick bump. And then the finish was an execution from the top of a ladder on SmackDown on free TV. Everyone was busted open. There was a helo over the top rope where Edge was sandwiched between two ladders. Like, it was just, they didn't need to do that for a free TV match. But I remember recording that match on VHS.
Nice. The glory days.
And I used to watch that again and again. And that was like when it properly cemented my love of Edge and Eddie. Like, that was my peak of Edge and Eddie, was that match. So perfection. WE has uploaded it for free. If you search Edge versus Eddie Guerrero, no DQ, it will come up. Amazing.
Happy days. So we're going to now discuss what we think number one should be, right?
Well,
we got two. No? We got two.
Okay. I'm thinking WCW Rey Mysterio Jr.
Yeah, I was going to say Halloween Havoc is...
Yes, of course. That's the classic.
Should we just skip to number one and we'll just say like Halloween Havoc?
We could say that. I've got a dark horse in there, if I can be a bit of a hipster bitch.
As usual.
It was ECW. It was Eddie Guerrero versus Dean Malenko in a 2 out of 3 Falls match, which was their final match. But they'd both been signed to WCW, so it was their final match for ECW. And it is a fucking barn burner of a match.
Like, every time you guys talk about wrestling, Edge, Benoit, and Malenko are always brought up.
There we go. They're talented motherfuckers.
That's how we do. He's right though. It's a fantastic match.
It's amazing. Match. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's awesome.
I don't remember that match.
And it's a nice sort of send off for them as well, because everyone knew it was Eddie and Dean's last ever ECW match because they knew they'd been signed to WCW. So the fans know that, and it's sort of got a nice feel about it.
Gotcha.
Exactly. Awesome. I've been forgetting during this whole time for anyone who comments to add them into to win a T-shirt. So apologies. So you guys talk about Halloween Havoc, and then I'm going to enter people into the draw to win a sweet T-shirt.
Happy days. So, Steve, Halloween Havoc.
Everyone watching, if you just comment, you get to win one of these bad boys.
One of those. Woo! Look at the... That's heavy cotton. That's pure cotton that you're looking at there.
Pure sweet.
Cotton.
Question from a fan. Nice. Hey, Steve, if you were a wrestler, what would be your alter ego?
Ooh, that's a good one. You know what? I always wanted to be a wrestler growing up, but I never knew what kind of gimmick I would be because, oddly enough, you guys look at me, I'm a man's man the way I look nowadays. But as a child, I was pretty small. I was stunted. I didn't grow up to be 6'2" till later in my life. Like, you know what I mean? So I was like your scrawny little kid. So I didn't think like any gimmick would be good for me. But now as an adult, I don't know, man. Like, you know what? How about this? I'll go with one that existed because I've said this on a previous episode. I would want a Godfather-esque type gimmick. How about that?
Nice. Yeah.
Him hose.
You got that right.
I like
Walk
that.
around with my whole train.
Lovely stuff. I like that. You know, Lita, her first ever appearance on WWE was as one of the Godfather's hosts.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. That was her first TV wrestling job. Halloween Havoc. Let's talk about that quickly. The iconic Rey Mysterio like Riddler gear, the like purple with all the question marks over it and stuff. It feels like that. What blew my mind is I was going through some old WCW stuff, and I watched the Starcade from the year before this, and Eddie Guerrero is on it as a babyface with this sort of dry sort of mullet hair, a mustache. Right. And he's this white meat, no personality baby face.
I know.
And he's being interviewed backstage. It's so like dull. And it's like, ugh.
I know.
And then less than a year later, he's coming out at Halloween Havoc against Rey as this amazing heel with this greasy hair and like just his swagger when he comes out. Yeah, all that shit. Just fucking amazing.
Jesse doesn't get it.
Oh, the Brody Lee. Yeah, no. I got it. Don't worry.
It's Thursday.
I'm keeping the whole train moving.
You know what that means.
But yeah, less than a year later, Eddie Guerrero comes out like this amazing heel. I think that the character development is absolutely amazing. Is that a cat I could hear?
Yeah, it's my here. You want to meet my cat? Actually, there you go.
Ah, look at this guy.
He likes to talk a lot.
What's his name?
Biggie.
Say again.
Biggie, like the rapper, Notorious B.I.G.
Oh, nice,
Biggie.
Amazing.
Yeah, he loves to talk. He bothers me all the time. All right, get out of here. It's not about you. Beat it. And then I'm going to start getting emails and stuff. Oh, I want your cat on the show.
Yeah, standard. Yeah, he'll get more books than you.
See, fucking hell. I love cats. Great.
I like you a little bit more now, Nintendo. You made it up a bit.
Okay. So, yeah, those top 5 Eddie matches. I feel like we could do... fucking hell. Of course, Nikki's excited. Fucking hell. Cats! So there's so many great Eddie matches, like his tag teaming with Batista we can't overlook, his singles runs, his stuff with Chavo was fantastic.
How about his stuff with China?
His stuff with China was great.
Right?
Yeah, all fantastic stuff. So Eddie, honestly, like there's never been a wrestler that I miss. Like, you know, with those celebrities who like you're not attached to but you miss, Eddie's that person. Like, I'd love to see him, like, training the new guys and kind of bringing them in. He's just that next-level talent.
Totally.
I was hoping you were going to fail while I text the next guest.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so happy this is ending.
Max, Max has bitten off way more than you can chew here. He's panicking like a little nanny. So, Steve, I guess we're going to be wrapping up with you. So,
thank you.
First off, plug yourself and tell us about any exciting guests you got coming up.
Of course, we'll do. Well, everyone can find me on Instagram and Twitter under Finga Styles. I host a podcast called The Podcast, which is spelled D-A. And no, it's not because I want to be cool. It's because it incorporates 2 initials of my middle name. So, you know, it's not a 90s reference. But yeah, I interview everyone from the MMA world to the video game world to wrestlers, you name it. I've pretty much have them on from all the major promotions. Actually, oddly enough, I'll be chatting as soon as I get off the horn with you guys with former WWF referee Jimmy Corderas. So look out for that episode coming out soon.
Refereed a lot of Eddie Guerrero era stuff in the WWE.
And he was actually in the ring when Owen Hart plummeted to his death. So I'm going to see I'm going to see if I could shoehorn that in somehow, because that's a very, risque topic. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, you can find all my episodes. I've done, 223 episodes consecutive, never missed a week, unlike these fellas over here, because we did start podcasting at the same time. But I got double the episodes somehow, so go figure. So yes, my podcast is very professional. It's not like this, so you will like it. Obviously, the guys come on every quarter. We talk about wrestling. We catch up on wrestling. We do the big 4 WWE pay-per-views. So they will not be forgotten in the podcast world as long as I'm still around. So yeah, just follow me on all the socials. Google, it's easier to find all that. Links are everywhere. I'm searchable. And obviously with a face like this, I'm the only one. So
exactly.
Obviously.
And I feel like I don't feel like because we always appear on Steve's for the top 4 pay-per-views of the year. That's not going away, is it? You'll still have us?
Yeah, of course. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. I'm not having to plug, but we'll still be there. Honestly, for any wrestling fans watching, Steve's podcast is the go-to place, because the interviews you got Jazz last week. I listened to a Jazz interview. Amazing.
Right?
Really good stuff.
Well, I try not to go after the ones that everyone's heard of or have been on. Like I said, like Jazz, how many podcasts have she done recently? Like, I had Nikita Koloff on a few months ago. No one's heard of him since the NWA WCW days. So I'm like, why not? He's got stuff to talk about.
Yeah, man, there's definitely people out there. Like, nerds like us want to hear that shit.
Exactly. So I got up-and-comers. I got independent guys. I got guys on TV. I got retired guys. It doesn't matter. Even referees, as you can see, upcoming. So
it's awesome. And Steve, thanks so much for all the sort of help you've given us over the years. Like, you've made our show better. You've sort of brought your fan base to us, and I hope we've sort of given some back to you as well. And just thanks, man. You've been a real good pal. I've never felt closer to someone I've never met.
It's true, and I already said it before. If it wasn't for COVID, we would have already met last year. So.
Yeah, you were hoping to come over, weren't you? But I hope that's still in the calendar at some point.
Yeah, we'll see what happens now, because now it's been like 3 or 4 years, and me and my wife love to vacation. So I don't know if we're going to hit a hot spot first, go somewhere to a beach area, or if we're going to do Europe. I don't know. Well, anything's possible at this point, so we'll see. But yes, definitely within 5 years, we will be sometime in England. How about that?
I love it, Steve. And Jimmy Corderas, I don't want what I would want to ask Jimmy Corderas as a fan. I feel like Owen Hart is up there.
Edge cashing in, like you said.
Edge cashing in is a great one. And then maybe just go for like the old school, get a top 5 out of him. If he gets bored, bring him on. We'll have him on. We're here for the next hour. Bring him on. We'll have a great time.
Can you imagine?
Steve, thank you for coming on. Good luck with
thank
your
you
show
guys
in a little bit. Thank you again for your support, and love you dearly.
Love you guys too. It's been a blast. And yes, guys, whatever you guys do next, I'm sure it's going to be just as successful, if not better, than what you guys did before. So I'm looking for that.
You're the man. We can't wait to be on your show again.
Take it easy, guys. Peace.
Cheers, Steve. Isn't he lovely?
He is lovely. He is lovely. Our next guest is waiting in the wings. I thought we'd have like a little bit of like gap between the two, but no, we're ready to go.
Fucking hard hitting this shit.
Let me take a break. All right, are you ready, Jesse?
I'm
for our next guest. You don't know who's coming on.
I don't know who this is, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, from episode 30, back in the days, another wrestling legend of our back in our wrestling days. One of my favorite guests, a legend among men, a great person to speak to, the one and only Chuck Mambo.
Hey! How's it going, man?
All right.
Oh, man.
Steve seems like a nice guy.
He's the best.
He's all right, yeah. He's about as Canadian as you could get.
I thought so, yeah.
we get a bit of feedback. Have you got anything like headphones, or just bring us down a little bit?
Let me see if I can Bluetooth in.
Nice. He's going to Bluetooth.
Lady friends Bluetooth, sir.
While he's doing that, I'm going to quickly take you off, Chuck, and then bring you back on for. But yeah, nice little surprise.
That is nice, lovely Chuck. That's awesome.
We'll have Mr. Mambo joining us in a second once he's got his
Mambo.
audio all sorted out. So Mambo joined us on episode 30, and he joined us when we did. It was him and TK Cooper came on, and we had a great little chat. I can't remember what we did after that, but we ended up chatting about stuff, and it was nice.
We talked about a whole bunch of shit. Yeah, it was nice. It was good. And they've been busy boys since then. Like, they were doing well, weren't they, back when they were on our show? But since then, they've done some crazy shit, like with Progress and all sorts of stuff.
They've done some crazy shit, like with Progress
Exactly.
and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, there we go.
Is this any better? Yeah, there we go. Hey, all right. Look at me, I'm a pro.
Why am I still hearing myself?
Congrats, guys. 100.
No, it's gone now. Thanks, man. Yeah, 100.
And my lazy internet.
100 and
good
so
shit.
Chuck, tell us,
thing.
man.
I'll try and get enough to like.
Oh,
honestly, these wrestlers.
They can do a grapple. They can do a promo. But they can't sort out audio. Oh, I think we're good.
Oh, no, there it is.
Oh, no, we're still there. Still there.
Is this working?
I can still hear myself.
Nice.
Right, Chuck, talk for a long time about yourself.
I can check back in on the laptop.
for a long time about yourself.
About myself?
Laptop?
Well,
I can still hear myself.
Still hear myself. Shall I get the laptop?
Would love you dearly.
All right.
if
I'm
you
sorry,
did.
guys. I'm sorry. I'll be back in
Dearly, if you did.
5 minutes. Is that all right?
Perfect.
Do that. Perfect.
Just got to turn it on and stuff.
5 minutes.
5. Nice one.
Love you.
All right. I'll see you in a day.
Perfect.
Bye.
Sorry, everyone. Technical difficulties of being live and having guests on the show. But Chuck Mambo is coming up in 5 minutes, and I'm excited to talk to him because, we had a lot of fun last time, and I'm excited to see what he's coming on. I think I cursed it with my downhill from here comment. Yes, you fucking did, Nikki.
Nikki's fault.
Jesus Christ. What should we do to kill 5 minutes?
We could do a quick fire spin the wheel, could we?
Oh, is everyone up for a quick spin the wheel?
Go. Spin the wheel. That's what it's there for.
No. See what we can get done in 5 minutes. Unless it's like a really good one. For us that are not wrestling fans, can you give us a bio? Yes. Chuck Mambo, who's coming up on in 4 minutes' time at this point, is a UK wrestler, and he has appeared in NXT, I believe. We'll check with him when he comes back on. And he is a great, talented singles wrestler. He's also worked in a tag team with TK Cooper, who we had on the show previously. His gimmick is a surfer, hey dude kind of deal going on. And we're not going to talk about too much wrestling. We want to know what he's been doing for the past year. But when Mambo's on, we're going to do a spin of the wheel for a random top 5. And we're actually out of wrestling top 5. So he's going to have to answer something outside of that. But Chuck's a lovely, lovely person. And I can't wait to kind of have him back on.
Definitely YouTube Chuck Mambo, if you don't know him. I'm sure there's plenty of clips on there of some of the fantastic matches that he's had. He's been brilliant. He wrestled for Progress, which is a massive British promotion. Attack, which I don't think is actually going to run for the future, which is a shame. But was a fantastic little promotion, and Chuck was very much one of the big faces of that as well.
Exactly. Do top 5 Bad Religion songs. All right, fine, fuck it.
Top 5 Bad Religion songs. We did that before, didn't we? Or did we? Oh no, that was 90s albums, was it? 90s albums. Yeah. And I said Stranger Than Fiction, I think.
Ninta, because you've been a long time kind of contributor and listener to the show, we will do this special request. Anyone else who's got a special request, let's have it. All right, Jesse, kick us off. Quick fire. Bad Religion songs for people who don't know Bad Religion. Greatest punk rock band in the world. Produced multiple albums. Fantastic as they are.
Punk rock band with like 5-part harmonies, which is awesome. I would start with a song called I really like Los Angeles is Burning. And I know that's probably one of the less punky, more sort of straight sort of rock songs. But I think the drumming is awesome. I really like the catchy chorus, and it's just it feels like an anthem. All their other stuff is so fast, which is awesome, but this one just has a real good sort of pub to it. I really like it.
Yeah, I'd 100% agree with that. For me, I would go American Jesus has to kind of be in there. Yeah, I feel like, again, similar to Los Angeles is Burning, you have very fast chords, but a very, very catchy riff. Like, I would put Los Angeles there's a collection of Bad Religion songs that kind of feed into the pop punk element of what we're kind of talking about when we're doing it. So I'd put that in there. Mambo's back, so let's fire through these quickly. All right.
Cool. All right. I will go with Suffer from Suffer, which is just an angry old 80s sort of punk rock song.
Yep. I would go with 21st Century Digital Boy.
Very nice. And my sort of number one from all this, I would say Stranger Than Fiction from Stranger Than Fiction. That's got a real cool sort of bang to it as well. And that was actually a single that was on MTV for a while. So it was probably the first Bad Religion song I ever heard.
Yeah, and the finish, I would go Let Them Eat War. I love Let Them Eat War.
That is a great tune.
Like, with the rap and then the punk rock element that comes into it. Absolutely
the whole
amazing.
Empire Strikes First album is worth listening to.
Empire Strikes First, yeah. Fantastic
Great
album. No Control as well as an album. Absolutely incredible. There you go, Ninta. There's our top 5 Bad Religion songs. Special request for you. And he's back.
Hey, that Bad Religion guy is like a PhD in paleontology as well, isn't he?
Yeah, man. He's
so cool.
A little boffin. That's why they only tour in the summer normally as well, because he's off doing lectures and shit the rest of the year.
Really? Oh man, that's like when Tim Thatcher was like spent half the year on a boat or whatever. That's the life I want to live.
There's so many bands like that who go off and do like, who is it? It's like Weezer or Wheatus. I was getting confused, but one of them did like their masters.
Yeah, Weezer. It was Rivers.
Weezer. Yeah.
Ah,
and
cool.
They've got a great album coming out. Great album coming out. Yeah. Weezer's got a new one.
One time I saw Wheatus play, and when I walked into the venue, they were doing Teenage Dirtbag. They were like, for like bowling for soup or something. And then before they finished, they played Teenage Dirtbag, and then the music, like something went wrong, so they did an acoustic version of Teenage Dirtbag.
Well, they know why people are there.
Gotta get it done. Know your act.
They know what's going on. Listeners, for everyone who don't know, we gave you a little bit of background, but this beautiful man joining us right now is the one and only Chuck Mambo. Previously appeared in episode 30 with his good friend TK Cooper, who is clearly too big for joining God Till 5 now.
Yeah. Sorry.
Have you had a word? Yeah. So he's but super excited to have Chuck on the show because like we had a great fun last time, and it's been a time, and it's been a lockdown since we last spoke. And what's been going on? Like, what's been going on in your year, your life? Tell us everything.
Bits and bobs, I went climbing today just now with my friend, and
nice.
I thought I was pretty good at climbing, but I suck now. And then there was this one, like it was real hard, and I was like, when like you were a kid and stuff, and you wanted to like drop in to a quarter pipe, and you were scared, but then eventually by the end of the day you did it, and you were like, I actually achieved something. I was like, oh, maybe you just don't get that feeling anymore. Maybe you just have your own limitations, and that's it. But then like it wasn't a very dignified climb, but I got to the top of this wall. But I don't know if it will like show up, but I got these like sticky burns on my arm now because my hands weren't strong enough, so I just like used my arms to hold on to it.
Oh man.
And then like whooped my legs up like Winnie the Pooh. And then I started watching all the Mighty Ducks the other day. Yes. And I've been meaning to do this for like a year, but I finally got some new rollerblades. And I was thinking I'd be really sick at that still, but I looked like Bambi on the ice. And I'm like 28 years old, and I was in the park with like a helmet on.
No, we had the exact same thing. Like last year, obviously during like summer lockdown, me and Jesse thought like, oh, we're still 16, we can get back into skateboarding. So we like bought skateboards and we're like back out there. Like Jesse, you can still kind of hang, like, but me just no.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm okay, but I am much old. Like my knees crack when I ollie now. That definitely never used to happen. And now, like, I don't want to kickflip because I don't want to ruin my shoes. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
no
I
way.
didn't give a shit about that when I was a kid, but now I'm like, oh, actually, I spent quite a lot of money on these shoes. I don't want
That's
to.
the full transition to grown up, I think. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It's tragic.
It's happened. So is that how you've been kind of keeping in shape, like rock climbing? Have you missed the wrestles? Like, what's going on there?
I really missed the wrestling. Do you know what happened though? Because wrestling, for like the first probably month or two, you know, I didn't hate lockdown because I didn't have much to do. I could just like drink and hang out with my girlfriend all the time because she was working from home. So that was pretty good. But then obviously I was like, shit, when's it ever going to come back? and then it looked like it might come back, and then it didn't. and then I kind of hit despair. But I was like, well, you know, if nothing else, I could actually finally put on a little bit of muscle there. So I actually put on a little bit of weight, you know, got a little bit stronger.
You're looking good, man. You're looking good.
Thank you.
There you go.
But what that came at the cost of, and I hadn't like abandoned cardio for about, I guess, my whole life. But I went for about a month or two where I didn't really focus on cardio because it didn't seem to matter. And then I got like a call to do Rev Pro with like 2 days notice. And I was just like a nervous wreck. Just like, I'm not going to be able to do it.
Was that when like Rev Pro was doing like the tape shows and stuff for a little bit?
Yeah. It was cool though. I got to wrestle Charlie Sterling and then Screwface as well. So like 2 like awesome matches, but just I was like, I haven't given this the time that I should have done. I had again you with 2 days notice, really.
Well, I was going to say, like, normally you're Mr. Cardio. Like, whenever I watch you in the ring, it's just like ping, 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 ping. So, like, come
thank
on.
you, man.
Make everyone feel better.
Well, the good news is now I have TK to tag out when I'm playing. So. But even
rest holding tag.
Yeah, we got really lucky because we're living together now. So then we just started doing these drills where like we carry each other up this hill, like running as fast as you can, like fireman's carry, then piggyback, then like world's strongest slam. So then, because he's heavier than me as well, so like I get an extra workout out of it. But it sucks the worst for Spike because he's like 20 kilos lighter than us. But to be fair to him, he still like gets everyone up the hill.
Yeah, I saw his little workout routine. Not his little, sorry, Spike didn't mean to. But you know, good workout routine. Like he's got in great shape. But yeah, Spike was on episode 40 or something.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I was going to message him, but he's really shit replying to DMs, and I just went, I can't be bothered.
Yes,
yeah. Mambo answers, so I'll talk to Mambo. Yeah, so, like that's how it works.
I think but, you and TK Chuck were the first guests that we had on the show that I knew, like that I'd seen you perform. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, really?
So, like,
Cool.
So it got to like number 30. So like, yeah, you and TK were definitely the first one. I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. Like I've seen them perform.
Nice.
I'm fans of what they do. Like I can actually know what I'm talking about. Do you know what I mean? When I talk to you, which was really awesome. I remember that day fondly.
Because what was it an attack? Was it you who was the gimp, whatever it was?
Love-making demon.
Love-making demon.
I was by the end.
You were by the end.
Part of the evil plan by Nothing to Prove.
Yeah.
Soul of Attack.
Yeah. Good old love-making demon. Have you got anything kind of booked? Because we're coming out now. Like friends are getting vaccinated, and I keep like swearing at my phone when they're like, "Oh, look at my little card, great!" Look at like, I fucking hate them. But have you got any bookings? Like, is there anything coming on?
There's bits and bobs, you know. I never know what you can say when it hasn't been like announced. But the main thing right now for us with doing, me and Teeks have got a lot going on with Progress.
Awesome.
So real happy to like finally be doing now the Sunshine Machine at
on
Progress.
The network as well.
On the network, no less. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And apparently something called Peacock TV, so that's fun.
Who knows what that is?
It's just fun to say, hey, I'm on Peacock TV.
But love it. Yeah. I watched your video when you were wrestling by yourself in lockdown, and I was tempted to message you being like, "You're right, mate."
It was a fair question. I mean, we wanted to do like a whole like federation. We were gonna do like Eddie versus someone else, and then someone else fights Eddie. But it turned out the neighbors downstairs really hate when you do wrestling matches in the lounge.
Full on like Canadian destroyer from the sofa.
Yeah, one time thing.
Is it like regression? Like when we were younger and like you were 15, you wrestled in your living rooms. Like me and Jesse used to have like little matches in my living room. Did it feel like a little bit of a step back?
Yeah, a big step back.
We used to. Oh man, one of my. I'm glad I can tell you this, Chuck. One of my fondest memories of Max. We were having a living room wrestle, and you know when you have those, like when you're a teenager, you have those wrestling matches that are sort of half worked, half shoot. You know what I mean? Like you'll sort of. Like, you'll genuinely beat the shit out of each other, but if it's good for the story, you will allow them to do something to you. Or
Absolutely,
yeah. So we were having one of them, and I remember I was trying to get you into the sharpshooter, Max, and you were struggling out of it. And then I realised I had this amazing moment, and I was like, holy shit, I can, like, lift my left leg over his and just drop down into an inverted figure 4. And
amazing.
So like I basically invented technical wrestling in that moment, right? And so I was there.
Watching.
Yeah, so I just dropped that leg, and I just remember you looking up at me as my leg came over and just going, "Oh fuck!" as I fell down. And I pulled hard on that. You wept,
nearly disappeared. This is why Chuck Mambo comes on to learn technical skill from God to
for masters like us. Yeah.
Yeah, what was that? Did you say again? Let me get my notebook.
So you dropped that. Interesting.
The teenage fights are the best because, like, if this is the middle ground where it's like completely a work, like half a work and half a shoot, like every minute it like changes, like it's the testosterone and stuff. One time we were playing like Xbox, and then my friends are like suddenly fighting, and one guy went for like a pedigree. My back body dropped him through my dad's table. What the fuck?
So much stuff has been broken. Like, this is the great thing of people who don't know wrestling back in the early 2000s. There always used to be this advert of like, please don't try this at home.
Yeah.
And we'd go,
you want to do it way more.
And I'm going to try that way more. This is what I'm going to do.
They showed the Rock being like, that wasn't even dangerous. It just made it look epic.
It really cricked my neck when I did that.
Neck problems to this day. Chuck, we didn't invite you on here just to have a good time. Like, you've got to do some work while you're here. Like, fucking hell, man. Come on. Let's not slack. So what we've been doing is we have this wheel of random top 5s that we've got left to do.
Oh, cool.
And any guest that comes on, we're just kind of spinning the wheel and seeing what's coming up.
All right.
Obviously, if it's not a topic to your liking or you have no idea what it's about, let me know. We'll spin it again. But let's see what comes up. You down for this?
I am down. Thank you. This sounds fun.
All right. Let's see what we got.
Let's see what happens.
Maybe aim to do 2.
Yeah, who knows?
Mariachi music.
Top 5. You a Star Wars fan, Chuck?
Sure.
Star Wars characters. See, I'm not a massive Star Wars fan, but
Chuck, do you know anything about Star Wars?
I can bust this.
No. This is important to me. So, like, if neither of you guys know anything about Star Wars, I'm not.
I think I might not do justice to how much you seem to care about it.
We're spinning again, people. We're spinning again.
It's a good call, I think.
This did have music last week. It's a bit depressing without it, I think.
British. Good start.
Yeah, thanks, Chuck. British sitcom.
Oh, now
You're
this
a fan of
I'm all right
Britcom.
with.
All right, cool.
Okay.
All right. You feel confident about that?
I feel all right about
it. All right. Well, again, we've not planned. We've had guests on like all through the show, and we've just been spinning the wheel with no plan. And
cool. Yeah.
Max has been a nervous wreck this whole show, Chuck. Like trying to juggle all these guests and keep the schedule.
The only thing I want to say now is if I say one and it turns out that it hasn't aged very well, then I haven't watched it in like 20 years. So
yeah, that's cool. I think I've got a few like that as well. Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast.
Only Bulls and Horses didn't do so good in the
end. But because we're not very nice people, we always make the guests go first. So for number 5, what would you say for top 5 British?
This one came into my head straight away. You know, I keep trying to trick my girlfriend into watching it with me. Vicar of Dibley.
Great shout. That's a really good shout. That's not one that popped into my head, to be honest.
Did it really?
Yeah. That's great. Vicar of Dibley's great. Who's your favorite character from the Vicar of Dibley?
I did always like the dude that was just like, yes, yeah.
Jim.
Whatever.
Good old Jim.
I mean, I couldn't tell you any of the characters' names. I just think it's a really funny show to like.
It is a great show. Lord is my shepherd. Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, what a theme tune as well, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, no, it is on Netflix because I watched an episode.
Yes.
And you know, Netflix do that shit where they count down in the credits and then jump to the next episode.
Yeah.
So you miss the joke. So you do remember, you know, Dawn French
Oh, 'cause
telling
they tell
Alice
it
a joke
at the
at the end of every episode. You miss that when you're watching it on Netflix because it jumps to the next
Netflix.
one. So you have to just like run for the controller to sort that out, which annoys me.
Fucking hell. Ninturd straight into comments with a full top 5. He's putting us to shame.
Holy shit.
Oh, wow.
Here's our inspiration, guys.
Yeah. I've never watched Plebs.
I've never watched. I didn't even know that was a thing.
That a new
Never even
thing?
heard of it. Never even heard of it. Right, Vicar Dibley, solid start. Solid start. Jesse, number 4.
I'm going to go with The League of Gentlemen, which is always been one of my favorite shows. In some ways, that probably hasn't aged well. But it was Mark Gatiss, who has gone on to do Doctor Who with Sherlock Holmes and stuff like that. Steve Pemberton and Reece Shearsmith, who now do Inside Number 9, which is a fucking brilliant show. If people haven't seen that, like an anthology series. It's on BBC 2 every Monday, I think. But yeah, League of Gentlemen, it was like Little Britain completely ripped off League of Gentlemen, I think. League of Gentlemen.
Really? It was like
it feels
sketches.
like it. Yeah, it was like sort of sketches with these odd characters. And,
that's fun.
But League of Gentlemen brought in a horror element. So it was like clearly it was like a love letter to horror films, and it was all a bit weird. You know, like local shop for local people and all that. That's from League of Gentlemen. And it's just a great show of the 90s, weird and an acquired taste, but it's on iPlayer, I think. Definitely worth a watch.
I'll have to check that out, man. That sounds cool.
Yeah, man.
Jesse's an acquired taste. That informs his choices. Yeah, all right. So we got Vicar Dibley, League of Gentlemen to kick off. It's hard when you start talking about British, like all of the British sitcoms, and like a lot of what people have already commented. I feel like we will put as like a Community number 1. But for me, personal favorite, maybe Black Books. I love the Black
shout. It's a great shout. Yeah,
I haven't seen much of it, but it's funny, man.
Yeah, like it's one of those shows that just is consistently funny, and Dylan Moran and Bill Bailey, the way they kind of play off of each other is just fantastic. IT crowd, yeah, office, yeah. Everyone calm down in the comments. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. IT crowd, yes. Okay, we'll get to these in a bit. But yeah, for me, Blackadder, fucking Adder, all in my head.
We do.
Blackadder is so funny.
Yeah, Blackadder's good.
We'll get to that in a sec. Black Books was just that kind of, it was just random. Another one, when we were talking about Ratatouille earlier, when you go and pitch, yeah, we had top 5 Pixar movies earlier, Mambo.
Oh, nice.
What would be your number 1 Pixar movie? Just to see if you're in line. He's digging in the recesses. He should know this by now that we just throw shit at him.
Toy Story, right?
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, right. So I've got someone on my team now. They went for
oh no.
So Jesse went
for
Jesse went for Toy Story, and then like the consensus was Up was the best kind of Pixar movie.
I can see Up is real good. It's no Toy Story though.
No, thank you. Yeah.
You know what made me cry? I think the first movie to make me cry as an adult was Inside Out. Oh my god. When Bing Bong, like, I don't give away spoilers, actually. I think I already did, but I like actually wept.
Yeah, that's so
Bing Bong was heartbreaking. Like I wasn't prepared for that. We always thought that like we thought that Bing Bong would be the bad guy, and then he was just like, I'm just gonna suck. Yeah, all of that kind of stuff. But Black Books, for anyone who doesn't know, is about a disgruntled bookshop owner who owns a bookshop and makes no effort to make money. He gets a very enthusiastic assistant who wants to kind of help him make the shop good, and they kind of have hijinks and British hilarity as they go through.
So it's Dylan Moran is the bookshop owner, Bill Bailey is the assistant, and Tamsin Greig is their friend who comes in, and she's brilliant in everything as well.
Yeah, exactly. All right, fine. Everyone's been going mental in the comments. So, okay. Little Britain. Comment.
Of its time, I
hasn't
think,
aged well.
No, I liked it. Like, the first series came out when I was like 10, and I was well into it when I was 10, but then you sort of grow up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. IT Crowd, I was kind of split between like Black Books and IT Crowd because...
Yeah, that's fair. I'm going to lay out my contenders for the top 2, okay?
Yeah, go for it.
Do it.
You got IT Crowd, I think, is an honorable mention at least. Oh, wait, hold on. I've lost myself here. IT Crowd. The Office, but I'm going to come out and say I actually think Extras was funnier than The Office.
Ah, that's a bold claim.
Not a popular opinion anytime I've expressed it.
No, I don't know. I flip-flop with them. Extras has become my bath time viewing. Is that weird?
Oh, that's kind of weird.
It's weird, but you're into it. I can see.
Yeah,
I can tell by your face.
I can see it.
I just step my little iPad up, watch an episode of Extras in the bath. It's lovely.
You know what's weird is like Jesse sends pictures of him get like, this is my bath. This is what I'm going to watch. This is what I'm going to do for the evening. I say, okay. Do you and Teeks have that kind of relationship, or are me and Jesse too far gone at this point?
Well, the other day the bathroom door was open a bit, so I thought I just left the light on. So I went to like shut the door. It just had like this crazy splash, and just saw like a flash of naked Samoan, just like, and his face looked so like outraged. But he didn't send me any pictures.
Nah.
But, I mean,
those days will come. Yeah, you get my bum a lot. Anyway.
Yeah, give us time.
You get to our level. You'll have a podcast soon enough.
People are loving Extras in the comments. So
yeah,
well, it is a good show.
Everyone forgets about Extras as an option. They go like, "Oh, I don't really know what."
You know, the best cameo in Extras, in my opinion, was Les Dennis. I think Les Dennis was absolutely amazing. They had all these A-listers, and Les Dennis just blows them all out the park.
And the guy, I forget what his name was, but he was from like My Family and stuff, and he was just like an asshole to the dying kid. He's like, "Oh right, well, I guess I'm just not impressed."
Yeah, he's like, "Let me tell you a story about me and whoever," and the kid goes, "I don't know who that is." He's, "Oh, fuck off."
Maybe it's Extras. Like,
I'm with you on that. Extras is right.
Blast from the past though. Only Fools and Horses. Sure, it hasn't aged well, but it what? Oh, which way does my finger go? Okay, or
Magic.
One Foot in the Grave.
One Foot in the Grave. I haven't watched that for years.
I don't believe it.
Just
because it was really very funny,
up,
kind of makes me want to make it number 2. Or purely on the theme tune, Men Behaving Badly.
Was a great theme tune.
In another life, me and Pasta were going to be the saucy Sizzlacks and come out to the Men Behaving Badly theme tune.
That's amazing.
Wasted opportunity. Like, I want to see that on Peacock TV. Like, you got to get that back together. Please.
This belongs on Peacock. Fools and Horses is one of those mad series where, like, just when you think you've seen every episode, like, Dave will just chuck this random one on and you'd be like, I've never seen this before in my life. There's like a million episodes.
Yeah.
Come fly with me, Nintendo. Yeah, it was what they did after Little Britain. That was David Walliams and Matt Lucas after Little Britain. And it was pretty good.
We've also got Mr. Bean,
Mr. Bean. Oh, and Blackadder that you mentioned earlier. Oh god, there's a lot of good options actually. I was kind of think British TV ain't all that.
Everyone's just been furiously typing while we've been talking, and like, what about this one?
Is this a sitcom, Gavin and Stacey?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It's situational comedy, isn't it? We've got a situation and there's comedy, so I think we're all good.
Yeah, all right, well, that's got to be a contender then. Oh,
yeah.
You know, I'm 1 foot in the grave for me.
Yeah,
1 foot in the grave. Like, I've got to respect that. Like, and I feel like only for everyone we've mentioned, Only Fools and Horses, Blackadder. It's just an endless list, isn't it, of what we could do for British sitcom, because we do funny well. Someone mentioned In-Betweeners earlier. In-Betweeners is a good shout as well.
Yeah,
that was did you have kind of the school feeling with In-Betweeners as well, Mambo? It's like life of passage for us young Brit boys.
Gotta be honest, I heard a lot of the jokes, but I didn't actually watch much. Sorry.
Mambo's too cool. Mambo's out enjoying life while me and Jesse
exactly, yeah. Mambo's out winning titles and like doing cool shit whilst we're sitting in our living room.
Give me time.
Watching Blackadder.
I mean, I was 16. I wasn't winning. I was just watching Happy Days on 5 Plus, eating like an industrial-sized bowl of cereal after school.
that is fair. Mambo, would you say that you would fit more into, how would you feel about American sitcoms if you've quick fired some American sitcoms at me?
Ooh, well, you got a good few there. Oh, I'm blanking. Oh, Community, hell yeah. Parks and Rec, hell yeah.
Thank you.
Scrubs.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. Cheers. Hell, well, no, Cheers was all right. It's good just because Ashley Housen.
That's
And
another
Happy
of
Days,
its time.
the Fonzie was weird, man. Hanging out in bathrooms, trying to hit on like secondary school girls, and he was like a 25-year-old mechanic or something.
I mean, yeah.
It was of its
I don't know.
time.
I mean, if you could.
I just don't know.
No. It's weird that Henry Winkler is so beloved, isn't he? As someone who's done relatively little after Happy Days.
I don't know,
man.
Love He's
Henry
done
Winkler.
some pretty great cameos. Him in Arrested Development, and you know in Waterboy, where he has that.
And
He
he's
has that
Coach
scene
Clyde.
where, like, when I was 16 years old, my mama told me not to get a Merle Haggard tattoo on my ass. But what mama doesn't know.
Don't hurt her.
To be fair, yeah, you're right. That is one of the greatest lines in any film ever, I think.
You should have been here for our top 5 Adam Sandler movies. We got some.
That was a good episode. That was a good episode.
What one? Which one came numero uno?
I can't remember. It was. It must have been Billy Madison.
Must have been Billy Madison. Yeah.
Me and Max have a real soft spot for Billy Madison. It was our bonding film when we.
And
were
then
kids.
Waterboy is going to be number 2, without a doubt. Like
Happy
Really?
Gilmore.
Oh, cool.
Happy Gilmore's high up there. Yeah.
Happy Gilmore, I think, would be my number 1.
Nice. Yeah, it's
In
brilliant.
the old days when you had to fall asleep to the same DVD.
Oh yeah.
Happy Gilmore when I was drunk.
Nice.
Oh,
You eat
amazing.
pieces of shit for breakfast?
This is just us popping each other now. What are you guys on about? We don't know what's talking. But no, American sitcom choices are made. Like sitcom Community, to me, first 3 seasons, like absolute perfection.
So good.
And then we've got Greg, whatever his name is, who produces all of these American TV shows of like Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Parks and Rec and The Office. And
American Office, yeah.
Yeah, he just does all of these wonderful things, and it's baffling how he does it. Baffling.
Yeah, he's amazing. Can we chuck the Simpsons in there? I know it's a cartoon, but I feel like it's not treated like a cartoon, is it? Do you know what I mean? It sort of feels like a sitcom.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Chuck
Exactly.
them in.
Yeah,
they're in there.
I'm glad we can have that in there.
By the way, I've had like a mystery video which I've been meaning to play throughout this whole show, but we've run out of time like in between each one. Would you guys be okay if like maybe I played this video in a little bit?
Absolutely.
Right
Play it
now.
right now.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, we need a number 1, don't we?
Oh, we do. We need to settle on
And
one.
then I think we should roll that video.
Okay.
What do we haven't even come to close to a common decision at this point.
Oh, right, yeah.
Are we
What,
back?
for
Are
number
we
1?
Yeah. Are we back to?
Oh, I thought
Britcoms
it just
now?
went back round to you.
I want a
I
communal
understand the camera
decision.
on this.
I mean,
Oh,
Only
okay.
Fools and Horses kind of has to, like, it's up there as a classic, right? Everyone agrees on
If you're
that.
going on sheer stats, it wins that like funniest comedy moment ever.
Yeah.
Every year with him
Isn't
falling
that
through the
funny
bloody
anymore?
bar, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So I think we are all
And
right.
it's
So
not
we'll
that funny, but
no, we'll begrudgingly say Fools and Horses just because of how loved it is.
I think that's a really British way to come to the decision.
I think, yeah, that suits
No one
it.
really objected. No one really agreed.
We just accepted it as it kind of came in. As it came in. All right. While I have you guys here, this is a special surprise for long-time viewers of the Got Till 5 podcast. So, as people will know, back in the history of Got Till 5, King Kong Bundy used to be our kind of mascot. He's been our logo forever. Big E then took his place when we had him as our intros. You saw at the beginning of the show. But then there was a man who came in after that. Whenever me and Jesse did forfeits, like we did when I would be backstage at shows, I got chopped in the chest countless times by big, strong wrestling men. Jesse, we ate chilies together and did all of this kind of stuff. And there was always like a theme song that came with it whenever we did these episodes. So I'd like to introduce a special appearance from the one and only Mr. Ass, Billy Gunn.
No. Hey.
Hi, guys. Yes, it's me. Got Till 5 podcast. Congratulations. You guys are about to drop your 100th episode. That's super cool. And thanks for playing Mr. Ass theme song. It's a catchy tune. It'll get your podcast over. because it's just that good. So you guys want to know my top 5 favorite, or let you know my top 5 favorite guys to work with. As a tag, it'd have to be the Head Shrinkers, Legion of Doom, and then singles was The Rock, Austin, and Undertaker. So those were all, that's my top 5. I got a couple tags, got a couple singles. So a lot of fun, had a great career. So make sure you write this down or do this, copy and paste it, or whatever people do these days. All right, here we go. If you're not down with Got Till 5 podcast, we got 2 words for you. Suck it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Billy Gunn,
Mr. Ass. That's awesome.
Wow, that's going to take some beating, man.
Yeah. Have you ever worked with Mr. Ass?
God bless him.
That's awesome.
Angel of so that was like a special thing I wanted.
Congrats.
He is an ass man. Thank you, man. No.
That's what we want to put in. We've got another guest waiting in the wings that I kind of want to bring on here. From the Birmingham scene. We've had him on episode 30 something or other, 37, 38. The mouth of the Midlands, as I like to refer to him as, the commentator, the ring announcer for Kamikaze Pro, Wolfbrun Pro, all of the greatest promotions that you can get, all in the Birmingham scene. It is the one, the Ussel, the one, the only, sorry, Colin Russell Ames.
Hello.
Hey, you made it on.
I did.
Welcome
I did. My laptop has just allowed me to join. Thank you so much for having me. Wonderful to see Chuck. Hello, Chuck.
Hey, how's it going, Colin, man? You good?
I'm really good.
Nice.
Good?
Yeah, cool. This podcast is so fun.
It's great.
We're bringing the wrestling family back together. Yeah, getting everyone
and
back.
we just had Mr. Ass on. Well, kind of.
I couldn't believe the second that I got here into the broadcast studio just before I was brought on, that popped up and I was like, cool, I've got to follow Billy Gunn. That's not a difficult act or anything.
I thought I would casually drop it in. I was like, fuck, Colin's coming on. Like, we'll get Mr. Ass out of the way. He's not gonna.
Yeah, get the curtain jerkers out of the way.
yeah, you don't want to watch stage Billy Gunn, so get him out of the way first. That's cool.
Colin, from your perspective, like wrestling wise, you've been 18 months without the old mic in your hand. How are you feeling? Do you want to get back into it? What are you missing?
I'm absolutely itching, man. It's really the thing that I'm missing is probably the thing most people are missing is that moment when you go through the curtain, the crowd being able to just entertain people and feeling like people are having a good time and you are contributing to them having that good time. That is the thing that is just it's a feeling like no other. Like I've done stuff on stages before. I used to be in a band, as you guys know, but there's something about wrestling where you just connect to an audience so much, and I'm missing that, man. That moment where you come through the curtain, the crowd is just happy to see you. You're glad to be there. Yeah, obviously Fat Lip, the greatest entrance music in the world, is playing. Maybe the second greatest entrance music, to be fair, behind Hey Ho Mambo, which is a phenomenal tune.
Get those beach balls going, everyone. I'm sorry we don't have any going for us right now.
I got a load of beach balls, and turns out they're not COVID secure, apparently.
Oh, no, really?
But I mean, how good would they be in an empty arena anyway? So.
That's true.
We're putting Ass Man as the third greatest entrance music.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
we're ranking
okay.
them. Yeah. We're ranking them. That's how
I love the idea. Who gave him that new? It's like, I know what's going to get you over, son. You're going to be an Ass Man. It's like brilliant. Like, bring it on. I'll be world champion this time next year.
You've left the X. Like, this is what we've got lined up for you. Like, I would be ecstatic. I would be like, yes, I can run with this. I can make this happen.
You were like doing that music thing before, right? You're in DX. I don't know. You got a nice ass.
Vince McMahon,
or maybe it's like one of those moments
he
bent down to pick up something, or he was like doing his boots up, and like the light shone, and it was like, oh,
literally out of his ass.
Well, while we've got you both here, like Mambo, you've just done a top 5, but would you be up for another one with Colin?
I would definitely be. I would be honored to do one with Colin.
Thank you, man.
He's up for one. He's up for one. Obviously, I'm conscious of time. Listeners, I'm seeing the view count, and you guys have stuck with us throughout the whole show. Thank you so much. We'll do the draw in a minute. Anyone who comments gets to win a free, lovely T-shirt all of this kind of stuff.
Oh, nice.
Already right. Quick,
I really
comment.
hope
You
it's
could
not-
win.
I really hope it's not me. I commented on this earlier while I was watching.
This,
Yeah, that would be
Colin,
so
this is what we do. You could win. You could be the man that wins this. So we'll do another top 5. We'll do the spin, because
that was the private chat.
Should we enter him anyway?
Oh my god, the chat thing is huge.
Give me the shirt. So we'll enter you guys in for a minute. I know a lot of you are watching and you haven't commented. I'm giving away free shit. I'm going to ship it to you. I'm just going to give it to you. Just get in the comments and put your stuff in. The free stuff. Do it. Otherwise, it's going to go to 6 people. Everyone who's been having a chat. So you've got time. But for now, let's do our last group top 5. Then we'll say goodbye to the lovely Mambo and Colin, and then we'll get into our top 5 Ric Flair matches, which we're going to end the show with.
Oh, nice.
Very bold finish. All right,
so Michaels has got to be the one.
It's got to be, hasn't it? Spoilers, Mambo. Spoilers.
All right.
So, all right, let's see what we got coming up here. Mariachi music comes in late, doesn't it?
Greg is in there.
Ooh.
Top 5 music.
This is going to be interesting.
Guilty pleasures.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Well, all right, guys.
Got the right man for the job.
Okay, so what we're going to do, like we did when the girls were on earlier, we'll go around individually. You'll name your individual guilty pleasure of a song, and then we'll try and decide on the ultimate guilty pleasure, or we'll just all name another one. We'll just do that at the end. So, guests go first. That's the rule here at Got Till 5. That's just how it works. Colin, I know this is a big moment in terms of when we're talking about music, but are you feeling confident?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident. Just it's song, not just a guilty pleasure artist.
Well, we said guilty pleasure. Yeah, anything you want to do. We
guilty
said
pleasure more emerald.
Yeah, we said music, songs, whatever you want to do, bands.
Cool. I got it. I think I got it. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that was quick.
Yeah, I'm feeling confident on this one. I think I've got a solid choice right here. Are you inviting me to go first over Mr.
Fire away,
my
friend.
Go for it, son.
Cool. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm going to go with. I am going to say an artist rather than a song or anything, because it's an easier one to pick. I've got a few guilty pleasure artists, but they're ones that are people kind of expect you to listen to, people like Taylor Swift, and that you call Taylor Swift a guilty pleasure, but then Taylor Swift is really popular and loads of people love her, and even people of my generation and whatnot. But there is one person whose music I listen to almost constantly. I'm genuinely listening to this guy all the time, that a lot of people from my generation in particular, the people like me that are cool metalheads that listen to Slipknot, Metallica and that sort of stuff, would be shot at Download Festival for admitting they like a man I have seen live of my own free will, and he was incredible, and that is Mr. Michael Bublé.
Oh,
amazing!
Nice,
That's a
nice.
strong
Especially
start.
at Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He comes out of his little cave every Christmas, doesn't he?
Bublé's for life, not just for Christmas.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. I went to a Michael Bublé gig at the NIA, and it was just awesome. He ended the show by singing on stage without any microphone or sound system and just booming his voice around the arena, and that's still one of the coolest things I've ever seen. It was so good. But yeah, he writes really catchy songs. The few that he has written, because most of his stuff's covers, but the stuff that he writes, like Haven't Met You Yet and Home and all that sort of stuff, everybody loves them. His voice is incredible. There is hardly anyone in the world that can sing like him. So I know that it's cheesy as crap and it's supposed to be for middle-aged women, but he is awesome. I love Michael Bublé. Genuinely love him.
He seems like a really nice dude as well. When you see him interviewed on shit and stuff like that, seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
I don't begrudge nice guys' success. Do you know what I mean? It's all good.
Yeah, 100% agree. Boobs to me, bring them, bring the
boobs.
covers, bring me the boobs, bring me the boobs, guys. Whether it's covers or whatever the case may be, and his original stuff is damn good as well.
You're a big Swing fan, anyway.
I'm a big Swing fan. I literally have. I've got old Frank, The Best Is Yet to Come tattooed up on the arm there. So
cool.
I'm a big Swing fan. So yeah, fully support a bit of the bubs on there. Ooh, Jesse.
To link back to one of your earlier thingies as well, one of your earlier categories. Michael Bublé actually on one of his albums has an incredible cover of the song "You've Got a Friend in Me."
Oh, really?
Ooh, I bet
that might be
good
worth
at
a
that.
listen.
It's really good. Search it out. Search it out. It's on the
Is
same
anyone else
album.
surprised that Randy Newman? Sorry,
go.
I was just real surprised that Randy Newman was white. I thought his voice sounded like a black guy singing.
Did he? That's interesting. Yeah, I can see what you mean. Actually, yeah. He always sounded slightly deaf to me.
What?
You know how deaf people speak.
Put my drink down.
Sounds like that. Yeah.
We were discussing earlier that Randy Newman just sings.
It's all right. They're not listening.
Yeah. We're at the end of our series, guys. We can say what we want. It's fine. Michael Bublé, fantastic choice. Mr. Mams the BMO.
I'm trying to go through my.
He's on Spotify right now, like fucking hell. What am I?
Yeah, I'm trying to find one that I'm ashamed of because I got this whole playlist, Cheese and Chill, and none of it. I can't say that I'm particularly ashamed of any of it.
Hey man, if you want to just own whatever band you want to own. Like this is what we're doing here. This is a safe space.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I don't want to say this one.
Hang on, let's just get a couple of comments in here while Mambo's deciding. We got McFly.
McFly are incredible.
Yeah,
my band,
they've written some cracking tunes.
My old band once did a cover of Obviously at an acoustic show.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was awesome.
U2, that's a interesting one.
U2 is a weird one because everyone agrees that U2 are this great important band, but no one wants to admit to liking them either.
Exactly, but that Vertigo album is pretty solid.
Is that the one? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, that one. Yeah. That was good too.
What else we got here? Justin Bieber, but the Purpose album. Cromie, shocking, loving that.
Yeah,
okay.
Didn't know that.
Honestly,
Cromie's also a big Machine Gun Kelly fan as well. I don't know where we stand on him being a guilty pleasure or not, but I do know that Simon Cromwell is a Machine Gun Kelly fan.
I like Machine Gun Kelly. That would be my kind of guilty pleasure of like my kind of rap days. Paramore's not a guilty pleasure. You wear that badge with proud, my friend. Yeah. You wear that badge with proud.
Yeah. Paramore and Day to Remember are both fantastic bands. I also think I saw Ninta mention Beans on Toast earlier, who is a wonderful.
Not
a guilty pleasure at all. He's one of the best.
We had
Maybe
him in
this
our...
isn't a guilty pleasure, but sometimes at the gym I'm like listening to like Titanic or by Celine Dion.
Oh, really?
Like when I'm like really pushing heavy weight, well, heavy for me weight, and then I do just wonder like if the headphones fell out or something and everyone just heard it, then that would be weird.
The greatest image of Mambo just like lifting some 12s and just being like, my heart will go on.
Yeah.
I got in a bad habit. When I was at the gym, I was listening to funny podcasts. So but people don't know what you're listening to, right? So you're just there like on a treadmill and you might catch someone's eye like mid-rep or whatever, and you're just grinning like because they've said something funny, or you're just like giggling like a little girl whilst staring in the eyes of this beefcake who's like
and that's how Jesse got his number.
There was a while Clint Margera said something to me about like when people are really into a guitar solo, they look like they got some shit under their nose because they're just, and every time that I was trying to push really heavy weight, it reminded me. So I just start laughing and then like drop the bar on my chest, which is like the most humiliating thing because you have to like roll it down and everything. But it really messed with me for a while.
That's amazing.
I think Celine Dion's a great choice. Like she did a song for what was the Deadpool 2 movie. She did a song for that. Great song. Absolutely really amazing. Good. So yeah, no shame in that. I've listened to Celine Dion in the gym. I'm right there with you, Mambo.
All right, thanks.
Justification. So for me, I would have to go with sticking to my pop punk roots. They're the outside of the pop punk where we're talking about it, and like Colin, I feel like you might chastise me for this, but
I hope I know where you're going here.
But for me, it's all time low. So
okay,
right,
not
Colin,
what I expected. Sorry, I was just going to say not what I expected, but you're absolutely going to get no chastising for one of the best pop punk bands in the world. I love.
What were you expecting, Colin?
I thought he was going to say Busted.
See, I like Busted. Yeah. That's a strong spell.
I also love Busted.
Yeah, we were one of mine and Jesse's favorite moments. We were at Slam Dunk the year previous to whenever lockdown didn't happen, but it was the special guest appearance at lockdown that we had no idea who it was going to be, and Buster came out on stage. Me and Jesse turned into 12-year-old little girls. We were like, woohoo!
It was brilliant. They were really good.
So good. Like,
cool.
And everyone kind of hit that. But for me, so like All Time Low was that kind of band that came after the pop punk kind of resurgence. When we were talking about in the 2006s, when everything was starting to die down a little bit, everyone was starting to get a little bit more emo in air quotes and just like a little bit down. You had All Time Low, who was kind of coming in and had that kind of fringe element to it. But they do some bangers. And their latest album, All Time Sunshine or Sunshine, whatever it's called, is one of the greatest. Wake Up Sunshine. Thank you, Colin. This is why you're on the show. Wake Up Sunshine is one of the best pop punk albums I've ever heard in my life. Song after song is just hit after hit. Like All Time Low, the singles that they release are perfection, and their albums are just chef's kiss. Amazing. Love.
Wow, how much are they paying you?
So much money. People over here.
I've got a pretty strong contender, I think. I don't think. Actually, I know Max. I know you. I know you. This is a guilty pleasure for you as well. I don't think you two, Colin and Chuck, are gonna like this artist at all. Robbie Williams.
Oh no, I dig Robbie. Yeah,
dude,
I'm big time. Yeah,
the early albums of Robbie Williams are amazing. Like the whole "Sing When You're Winning" Escapology.
I only know a couple of songs, but they are great.
Yeah,
you literally just said the word I was going to go for. Escapology is one of the best, just pure pop albums ever.
Banging album,
right.
yeah. It's almost Britpoppy. Like it's got a really good sound to it.
And it's just so weird when he like is naked and tearing off his skin.
Oh yeah, from the Rock DJ video. That haunted me when I was a child. There's a DVD out there when he did live at Nebworth. He did like what was at the time like one of the biggest concerts that's ever happened at Nebworth. Yeah. You can get it on Blu-ray, DVD now and stuff. It's fucking amazing. He's got like this huge band behind him, really shit hot, tight band, like dancers. He's charismatic as fuck. Like the just women are getting wet everywhere you look. It's just the best fucking gig in the world. It's just energy. Yeah, I'm moist. Like it's just awesome. It's just pure energy and hit after hits and great tunes.
That band he was in weren't bad either.
They were okay. Yeah,
I feel like the four of us need to hang out more as like outside of podcasts because like we have very similar, like
very diverse range of guilty.
The listeners just like fucking hell. Can you get onto Ric Flair already? Jesus Christ! Yeah. But like we're like, ooh, sitcoms. Robbie Williams. Let's
listen to Robbie and watch One Foot in the Grave.
This is a date night.
Sounds like my ideal night, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely perfect.
Best date ever.
Any other kind of last minute, while we're on it, like last minute musical shout outs before we have to let you guys go? Any other kind of Colin?
I definitely have one. Yeah, I definitely have one guilty pleasure wise. It is actually a shout out to another former guest of Godzilla 5 and a good friend of ours, the Elliot Jordan Experience. He also has this particular song. This is a song that I thought was a huge guilty pleasure. The song "Any One of Us" by Gareth Gates, the Pop Idol runner-up, is just an absolute banger of a tune. That really is pure guilty pleasure. It's such terrible pop music, but it's so sick. You can't help but sing along to it. It's a great tune. So yeah, that's a real big one for me.
Nice. That's a great
This isn't my suggestion, but I want to just put an honorable mention to the fact that A Kid was still coming out to Papa Roach Cut My Life into Pieces until he got signed.
Hey, that ain't no guilty pleasure. That ain't no guilty pleasure.
Okay. Quick side question before I let you guys go. What is the best and also the worst entrance music you've heard for a wrestler? I'm going to start with
Rampage Brand.
Oh, I'm going to start with Mambo then. Go on. What?
Sorry. This is the best. Rampage, when he'd come out to "I will be hard." Yeah. And he was Rampage Brand, so I mean that was like
nice. Yeah, that's solid. I
don't know why it was best, but
I went to see Hatebreed at Download a few years ago. I went to see them on the main stage purely just to watch them play "I Will Be Heard," and it was incredible. The whole place went off. That song is, and as Chuck said as well, it was perfect. Not just perfect entrance music, but perfect for Rampage Brown. When this huge dude storms out, you're like, oh shit, he's gonna kill me. Yeah.
I feel like viewers who don't know just how seriously wrestlers take their entrance music. Like when we used to be in like training in Cami and stuff, all the group chat used to be would be like not like moves or like what I should do to improve my character, like what entrance music should I come out to? Like that is the oh, maybe this week. So it's like that's always the goal. Colin, for you, like any that you just come out and you're like, yes, that's a banger.
I mean, the one off the top of my head, rather than going for an indie one, I suppose one of the big ones that people watching might know and stuff as well. But the wrestler with the best music in the world is Edge. It's obviously
yeah.
That's an incredible song.
And I love the fact that it opens with that "You Think You Know Me," which has been a constant through his whole career as well. Like, that's such a fucking cool. Like the fact that he always kept that. No matter, I think wrestlers should do that. Every time a wrestler changes music, they should keep an element from their previous.
Keep it more like recognizable. Yeah. Like when you switch up and it just gets a bit confusing. Exactly. From the indies, I always remember when Dan Maloney used to come out to Purple Lamborghini. I feel like that was like perfect for what he was as a character. I always loved when that kind of hit, kind of coming out. But I feel like there was that period of like 2017 to 2018 where everyone was just hitting it on the theme music side of things. Everyone just had it like
copyright rules.
We do whatever we want. It was fine. Doesn't matter. But yeah, that was absolutely perfect. So amazing. I don't even know what that means. So I'm not going to put it on the screen. So if you had to have obviously Fat Lip, and then we've got Hey Ho Mambo, but if you had to have your own separate entrance music, paid for, full rights, what would you go for? Mambo, I'm going to start with you.
I would like to come out to Skyfall by Adele. Actually, I fantasized about quite a few. Skyfall by Adele.
That's a great one.
That one where it's like, it's a new dawn, it's a new day.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, none of these fit my character. I have like all these different ideas of myself. And then I also would be cool to be in like a cool faction that all came out in like suits through the crowd and came out to Audio Slave. Your time has come.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I like that a lot.
I always had, when I was a kid, my music, when I walked out, from my bedroom door to my bed, which was my entrance music. Yeah. I always had Faint by Linkin Park, because I feel like you got that violin coming in at the start. And then I had When the Heavy Guitars Hit, that's when the pyro goes off. And I think that would be fucking awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck
yeah.
Let's get Jesse in a ring. Let's get him in. All right, Colin, while I change my battery, do yours.
I wish there was pyro on the indies.
Oh, I know, it would be so good. Yeah, I don't know. Like I chose Fat Lip for mine because of that. What you just mentioned there, dude. It's the drop when something comes in. That's what you need. That moment to go through the curtain. Because the other thing I had in my head, and the one that I nearly had as entrance music, was the song "She Likes" by Forever the Sickest Kids.
Okay.
Yeah, which is a great tune. Again, a great pop punk, but it doesn't. It literally just starts. So you would have to get through the curtain within the first 0.1 second of the song. Yeah, but the best one for me, the one that I would love to use, and the only reason that I didn't use this when I started announcing Kamikaze Pro is somebody in Kamikaze already had it. Damn you, Robbie X. The song "The Downfall of Us All" by A Day to Remember is the best entrance music. The intro, the da 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 da, and then there's just the "Let's go," and you burst through the curtain there. That's the best entrance music. Like I genuinely, when Robbie started using that, because he originally had a Flow Rider song, and then he changed to A Day to Remember when he turned heel, and as soon as you Kamikaze, I was like, God, I'm not going to be able to use that now. So that's if I could have anything and nothing could get in the way. The thing that gets in the way isn't the music rights; it's the fact that Robbie already stole it. But it would be that song.
Nice.
Joining late was that Bring Me the Horizon?
It was the Downfall of Us All, A Day to Remember.
Day to Remember, excellent choice. Yeah, A Day to Remember will be amazing kind of choice going forward. Love it, guys. Well, that brings us to the end of our kind of like wrestling guest segments. Oh, hang on, Crommy's coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Architect's Early Grave.
That's a great shout, Simon Cromwell. So man,
Sorry. I think I'm on a bit of delay. I keep interrupting you guys.
We have got a bit of delay, but it's fine. We make it work. We're loosey goosey. Honestly, guys, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for being a guest originally when you came on when we were doing the wrestling top fives. Like Colin, you're always a great chat to come on to. Mambo, you're always super fun and fun to chat and hang out with. Yeah, it's compliment time, guys. Get uncomfortable.
You
beautiful bastards.
You guys were definitely helping us more than we were helping you when you came on the show. Do you know what I mean? Like you brought eyes to us because, like, quite rightly, you have fans. No, man, and it was awesome. So thank you so much.
Oh well, thank you for being such a fun one to be on.
You guys are great to just chat to and stuff. It's great. It's so much fun.
Yeah, we can't wait to have you guys on. It's and I can't wait to see you guys. Like, honestly, like, first Cami show, get Mambo booked because, like, I want us three just to kind of like have a little hangout and do our stuff and just go for a nice little drink before or afterwards. Not before, Mambo.
I got a good feeling about it. Yeah,
you had a good feeling.
I feel like it's certainly possible that Chuck could maybe end up on that first show. Maybe, who knows?
Maybe. Never say never. But...
maybe I'll be there. Don't give a shit. But no, like, I can't wait to hang out with you both. I've missed seeing you in person, so looking forward to that first Cami show. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see you after all of this. Love you both. See you soon.
Thank you for having us.
Nice one, guys. Take care. Can't wait to see you in person.
Okay, that's the end of the guests. That's it.
That was lovely. What a nice surprise. This has been a marathon.
This is but lovely to see everyone though. Like, thank you everyone who's shown up for this show, like as guests and stuff, and all of you who have, like, I'm looking at the view account. You haven't left.
Yeah,
like, God
it's crazy.
Bless you guys. Like, thank you so much. So the rule of the giveaway.
Sorry, now that we haven't got any guests, Mr. Ass. Like,
oh yeah, I just threw that.
That was amazing. Yeah, I had no idea. We have Billy Gunn. That was
Billy
amazing.
Gunn appeared on the God Till 5 podcast. Maybe I'll play it. Yeah, I'll play it to you again separately. Like, you was
so, can you send it to me just so I could keep it on my phone, like just treasure it forever?
Yeah, suck it. Yeah, love them. So if you guys have been hanging around, the guys have been dropping in the comments. You know, there's been a couple of you. Like, I see the numbers that are there, and like, guys, you haven't been commenting, and it's broken my heart a little bit. Like, you had the chance to win this sweet T-shirt, but like, it's your loss, not ours, and it narrows down the choices for the people who are going to win, which makes life even better. So, should we find out who's going to win the T-shirt, Jesse?
Who's got the tea?
Who's got the tea? To find out. If it's any of our regular guests, we might spin again. Like if it's Steve, like who gives a shit?
Yeah, it could be. I love
it's not Steve.
It's not Steve. Steve's not
Let's not give it to Steve.
We can send Steve one as well.
Steve, we're going to send you a T-shirt, but we're also going. Let's do a couple. Let's do a couple. Let's be generous.
All right. So Steve's getting a T-shirt.
Steve's getting a T-shirt. Fucking hell. Nikki's getting a T-shirt.
Nikki's getting a T-shirt.
Who else is getting a T-shirt?
So do we keep spinning until it's someone that hasn't been on the show? Oh, Steph gets a T-shirt.
We're going to do 5. We're going to give away 5 T-shirts, guys.
Okay.
No, generally, we're going to give her like top 5 T-shirts they give away.
Nice.
And in all honesty, like, Cromie Ninturtle will send you a T-shirt anyway. Just give us your address. Like, we got shit tons of the stuff. Just give us your size and where we're gonna send it to. Not Nikki again.
No, not Nikki again. You don't get two.
People.
You don't get Nikki.
Two. I can remove it. But I didn't know that. All right. Oh, it's having a moment.
Oh no!
Colin gets a T-shirt.
This feels fixed.
The address in, people. Nah, it's just me being generous. Just gonna send a T-shirt to everyone. I've had a couple of drinks of wine. And oh no! Dan gets a T-shirt.
That's 5.
Dan gets a T-shirt. That's 5 as well. So those are our main 5. Whatever you guys heard me whispering in the corner, just send me your addresses. That's gottill5@gmail.com. So send it in.
Gottill5@gmail.com.
Cromie's already putting it.
Cromie's already on the size.
Ninted, measure yourself. Send in a T-shirt. Right, we're coming near to the end. We are. Fucking hell.
We're on the top 5 Ric Flairs, are we?
All right, let's
and then we go off into the sunset.
And we ride off heroically. Guys, honestly, like, Jesus Christ, I cannot tell you, before we get into this top 5, which drops the viewers horrendously, all of you who have stuck watching this, thank you so much for sticking on. It's in 2 hours and 10 minutes, and I've not seen a drop in listeners. Like, thank you so much for watching this. Thank you for supporting the Got Till 5 podcast throughout all of these years, giving us a platform to kind of do our stuff that we've done. Like, honestly, so humbled by this podcast and what you guys do for us. Like, I get a bit teary-eyed if I continue, but like, honestly, thank you so much.
It's been mental, isn't it? We've done 100 episodes of this. We've been best mates since we were like 12, like a long time, and it's just crazy that us just like talking shit to each other has resulted in just people actually enjoying us chatting shit, which is what we've done for years. And we just put it out there and people liked it. And so lush that so many of you have tuned in. And I know some of you are late to the game, like that guy just said. Thanks so much for listening. You got 99 to go back on. They're not going anywhere. They're on Spotify, they're on YouTube. Listen to them whenever you want. I'll probably go back to them at some point. And we'll do other shit in the future, but think of this as the end of a series, and there'll be a new series of something else in the future.
Yeah, me and Jesse have got plans for future podcasts, and we'll tweet on the Got Till 5 Twitter and that kind of stuff with our new show that's coming out. But like, this is the end of Got Till 5 as a whole, and yeah, just thanks for watching, guys. It's been fantastic. So let's do it. Let's do our last top 5, Jesse. The one we said we'd do from the very beginning of starting this.
There you go. This is the one that always eluded us because, if we're honest, we were waiting for him to die. He hasn't. He's doing very well. Thanks, Bayaboo. Thanks, Ninturd. Got to 10. Oh, God.
We struggle with 5, guys.
But yeah, Rick is still with us. He's the greatest professional wrestler of all time. Fuck you, Tommy. So we're just going to blast through some of our favorite matches of him. I'm going to come in. Can I come in? Can I start strong?
Please do.
I'm starting strong. I'm going with the Royal Rumble 1992. Ooh. So this is the Royal Rumble that Ric Flair won. Spoiler alert, he came out at number 3. It's one of the greatest Royal Rumbles ever. It was actually for the WWE title, this one. It wasn't for the main event at WrestleMania. And Ric Flair ended up winning it. I think it's the only time he's won the WWF, as it was at the time, title. Came out at 3. He was in it for pretty much the whole thing. Other great showings from Roddy Piper, from the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. Just a great Rumble. And it just shows the stamina Ric Flair had back in the day. It's awesome.
Yeah, starting off very, very strong there, Mr. Benz. For me, I'd got to go. I'm going to do a trilogy just to cheat because we can. Thank you, Hardest Part of the Ring. You guys started when we started. Guys, great podcast to listen to if you're a wrestling fan. They do top 5s as well, and they do reviews of like all the current stuff. They're like us, but if we had a good graphic designer. So yeah, good shit, Hardest Part of the Ring. Check them out. For me, I'm going to have to go with the trilogy of him and Steamboat.
That's cheeky.
That is cheeky.
Three choices out like that.
3 of the greatest matches, but you had to talk about how Steamboat and Ric Flair kind of had this unbelievable chemistry. And there's other matches that we can mention past this. Rick would often wrestle as the heel, and Steamboat as the clean face, baby face. He'd never kind of give that up. They would just go for like an hour. It was like an hour of wrestling, and it was good wrestling. It was like technical classics. Like if you ever hear Rick on a podcast, it would be him talking about doing these hour-long spectacles, his cardio. Mambo was talking about cardio just then. To wrestle for an hour, like, I don't think people understand how taxing wrestling is as a sport. Like, you think like, oh, it's this or that. Wrestling is exhausting, guys. Like, I used to do barely 12-minute matches and I'd be blown up out of my life. To do an hour, I can't even fathom. And then Ricky Steamboat and Ric Flair would just again and again just keep delivering pace after pace. Steamboat would pick up the NWA World title, then Ric Flair would pick it up in the second series, and then, to my knowledge, Ricky Steamboat would pick it up in the third. But if you want masterclasses of wrestling, there's no better than the trilogy of Steamboat versus Flair.
Nice. My personal favorite of those 3 is at the Chi-Town Rumble, by the way.
Chi-Town Rumble, definitely.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Solid choice. That Chi-Town Rumble was going to be one of mine, but as you've taken all of those fucking matches in one pick, I will go for Ric Flair versus Sting at Clash of the Champions 1988. So this was Surfer Sting back in the day. Ric Flair and Sting had loads of great matches. World War III 95, I think it was, is another one that jumps into my head where because it was World War III, they had 3 rings set up, and Rick was just coked up, rolling out of one ring and running into the other, and the lights couldn't even keep up with him in the rings. It was amazing. but this Clash of the Champions match is like Sting winning the big title. It's like Sting becoming a major star, and Ric Flair just made Sting look like an absolute superstar. It was awesome. Rick played that heel perfectly, and just all of the sort of betraying of Sting he'd done, the build up to it, and the fans were so ready to see Sting get crowned champion, and all the more so because Ric Flair was being such a prick, and he just did it perfectly and made Sting a megastar. Sting has Ric Flair to thank for that, particularly this Clash of the Champions match.
No one plays a heel versus a babyface contender or champion better than Ric Flair. No one in history.
And their matches, Sting Ric Flair matches, every time they're pretty much exactly the same. It's the same spots and the same pacing. I don't care. Give me that shit every week. I love it. Hook it up to my veins.
I'd say the modern day equivalent is early NXT when we saw Sami Zayn versus Neville. That was the equivalent of that, like proper, I'm going to play up a heel to a babyface win. That's what Ric Flair did for a champion of Sting. Absolutely amazing. Not much, but favorite moment, Evolution Flair, of course.
Yeah, he was pretty mental at that point. I enjoyed, like, Ric Flair went through these eras, which was cool. Like, in the 80s, he was sort of the styling and profiling, wearing expensive clothes, like yuppie sort of character. Then in the 90s, he just became this cokehead maniac. And then in the 2000s, he joins Evolution and becomes this kind of elder statesman who still has a bit of cokehead in him. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. He'd like be like the elder guy,
to be.
And then he'd just occasionally go mental. It was brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. 80s Flair is my absolute favorite. We'll talk about Evolution in a minute. Next for me, I'm going to also stick with Clash of Champions, late 80s. Here's Terry Funk series. Nice. People sleep on the Terry Funk series with Ric Flair to a degree, and I don't understand. Like, Terry Funk has this reputation of like who he is as a person, but him and Rick, good Jesus, like they could put on match after match after match of like, this is classic wrestling.
Well, Terry Funk has like a real hardcore reputation, doesn't he? Of like blood and violence and weapons and stuff. But he was a fucking great proper wrestler as well before we got into all that, and had some proper technical straight matches with Ric Flair in particular that are absolutely awesome.
Well, this is why this match was so good, because it was an I Quit match, and the match starts with like very typical submission Ric Flair wrestling, and then it divulges into the Terry Funk style of wrestling, which then Funk kind of took his element for, and Flair just rose up to it, and he just kind of did it straight off the back. But Flair eventually won with the figure 4, and it was just like absolute perfection of a match. So for people who are like want to know more of Terry Funk, like Clash of Champions 9, amazing.
Nice. I like with Ric Flair, like whenever he's in a violent match, so if there's ever blood involved, or if it's like a hardcore match and there's weapons involved, there you just know there's going to be a moment in the match where Ric Flair is backdropped onto like concrete or something, and he's just going to lie there. The camera's going to go right into his face, and he's going to be there going, "Oh God, oh God!"
I can do the exact movement of Ric Flair as I kind of do it. Yeah, exactly.
Every time, and give it to me every time. Like I said, Ric Flair does Ric Flair does the same stuff in every match, and it's awesome. I just love it. Ric Flair can do it every time, and I will never not pop for it.
Excellent. Your next choice, and then we'll get on to number 1, and then we'll let these good people go.
Oh, so are we not on a joint number 1 at this point?
Is it you next?
So I've done him and Sting, and I did the Royal Rumble 92. So, and you've done Ricky Steamboat and Terry Funk. So we're on a joint number 1 now.
Okay, fucking hell.
So I think we could probably agree on WrestleMania 24 against
I think
Shawn
we have
Michaels.
To. I think it's what everyone expects. For everyone who doesn't know,
Ric Flair's retirement match.
This was Ric Flair's retirement match. He was in his late 50s at this point.
Yeah.
So Rick came back in 2002, and he had this like idea of himself that he couldn't hang with the new guys and he didn't belong in wrestling. So he was like, and you could see it in TV if you watch old 2002 matches, like he was very uncomfortable. And then he joined Evolution, as Cromie pointed out in the comments, and he got a lot more comfortable being around young guys like Triple H, Batista, Randy Orton, big futures of the company. And then he was still like wrestling and stuff. And then it came time to kind of hang up the boots. And like, as we all know in wrestling, hanging up the boots doesn't really happen like as it does. But you cannot get a more perfect send-off than Ric Flair at WrestleMania 24. It was him versus Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels is one of the greatest performers in the business, without a doubt. You can watch a Shawn Michaels match and you'll be entertained for days. And they ended up putting on this, not even the finish. The whole match was great.
Yeah,
it was mid-card of WrestleMania. It was a great match. Like Rick just brought out like 40-year-old, late 30s Rick into this kind of match with Shawn, 20 years his junior. And they just had this chemistry and this beauty that kind of went into this match. It was literally like watching poetry and art. Like when I say to people like wrestling can be art, this is the match that I showed them because it is just beautiful.
There's this whole storyline up to it. So like Ric Flair, like next time he lost, he had to retire was the storyline. And they kept this going for like 3 or 4 months. And Ric Flair was just finding ways to win matches, which was great entertainment. And then it finally gets to Shawn Michaels at Mania. And everyone knew, do you know what I mean? He'd been inducted into the Hall of Fame the night before. And it was like, everyone knows that he's going to retire. But Shawn Michaels, as the sort of Ric Flair fan, just played it perfectly as the guy who didn't really want to retire Ric Flair, but sort of knew he had to. So like he'd go to kick Ric Flair in the face, which is his finishing move, the Sweet Chin Music. He'd go to do that, but then hesitate because he's like, oh no, can I do that? But his hesitation, Rick wouldn't worry about that shit. And like the commentator, JR, was amazing on commentary for this match because he was sort of saying, oh yeah, the old dog Ric Flair wouldn't hesitate. And as soon as Shawn Michaels hesitates, Ric Flair jumps in and gets him in a submission or something like that. It was just awesome. It felt real and it just, awesome stuff. And Rick's family were at ringside. He was crying like a bitch at the end because he knew he'd retired. Wrestling had been his life for like 40 years. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah, like this has been his whole thing in terms of what he'd kind of done. And that moment of, this isn't a spoiler because it's still a beautiful moment. This is when wrestling crosses that peak of like sport and entertainment. Shawn is in the corner. Rick pulls himself up. He knows his career is over. And Shawn just mouths, perfect camera angle. Like, we give Kevin Dunn shit for all of the WE stuff, but like this moment is perfection of just like, I'm sorry, I love you, super kick, done. Perfect. And that's what this podcast is. This is the I'm sorry, I love you, super kick, and we're done.
That's a nice way. Yeah, that's a nice way to finish, I think. If we were doing this, if COVID hadn't happened and we were doing this show in person together, I would kick you in the face right now.
it would just be a double super kick and we'd just be lying with it still live. And
quick chick.
We'd just be down like hips. No one knows what to do of what's going on. All right, guys.
That's a perfect send-off.
There we go. That is the end of Got Till 5.
The end of Got Till 5. That's been 3 years of our lives.
For all of our t-shirt, 3.5 years. For all of our t-shirt winners, I'm not going to chase you for your stuff. Like if you want a t-shirt, and this goes to anyone watching really, just email us at gottill5@gmail.com. Do it now while it's still on the screen. Get your stuff up. Email us now. Let us know your address and your size, and we'll get that sent out to you immediately, free of charge, free of shipping. You'll get that sent to you. But unless you email us, I'm not going to send it to you. Fuck you. That was 2 hours and 23 minutes of me and Jesse talking. You have all stayed throughout the whole fucking show. Thank you.
My throat actually hurts a little bit.
Much. Oh my God, I can't believe you guys stayed for the whole show. Thank you to Nick and Steph from Game Till 5 for coming onto the show. Amazing. Steve from that podcast showing up, coming on to do a top 5 with us. Chuck Mambo, you absolute beautiful legend. I can't wait to hang out with you in person. Colin Russell Ames, you beautiful, beautiful angel, your voice of syrup and gold. I can't wait to see you in person and hang out with you again. It's been far too long. One more match. Everyone's like, one more match. One more match.
You always leave them wanting more.
You always want to leave wanting more. Maybe in the future, guys, we'll come back with one more. Guys, thank you in the comments for joining in and all of your love. Even if your name didn't get picked, honestly, I don't give a shit. Like, just send us your details and we'll happily send you a t-shirt in the post for supporting us. Like, we honestly love and appreciate you supporting us coming in. Jesse, 3.5 years of doing this.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride.
When we started this, we were like, because me and Jesse have been terrible at keeping like progress and projects going throughout this whole time. And then we came up with this podcast idea. Originally, it was going to be, we were going to do Nitro rewatch. We were going to watch all of Nitro all the way through. And then it became a top 5, and then like the name got confused, and it became Got Till 5. We were lucky enough to have guests. We spawned adverts for ourselves. We got promotion. We got to be on shows. And then also we were able to kind of grow from there and even do past wrestling top 5s and do our own kind of personal top 5s. And you guys stuck with us. And that's huge. And awesome. I can't think of another person I'd rather do this with than you, Jesse. You're my best friend. You're the love of my life. Live on air, I love you dearly. Thank you for doing this with me. It's been a pleasure.
I love you too, and thanks for your work. You actually do all these graphics and shit, and like booking people and stuff. Max does everything. I just turn up and talk every week, and I know I do that better than him. So people think that I'm the one behind all this, but actually, Max like does all this posh shit. I don't know how to stream on stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, so Max has done all of that. You're a genius, my friend.
Thank you, my friend. And that's all right. We won't keep this going for too long because no one likes long, drawn-out goodbyes. But we'll be back. Me, Jesse, will appear in some form of a way.
We'll be back with something new. Keep an eye on the socials.
We will. We'll be back in some form or another in the next... I need to take a break. This has been exhausting. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to take a break for we're going to take like a 6-month break. But 6 months from now, we're going to come back with something new and exciting. And I hope you guys join us for that journey as well. Thank you everyone for joining us. You have been an absolute pleasure. We love you dearly. I can't wait to do this again. Jesse, my name is Max. His name is Jesse. If you do want to support us or buy merch or whatever you might do,
yeah, you can still buy merch if you want to.
Still buy merch, still subscribe, listen to the old episodes. What's the website?
Yeah, you can go there, a little place called gottill5.com.
Couldn't leave without saying it. Everyone, thank you for joining us. We'll see you all in the future. Stay safe. Enjoy post-lockdown. And thank you for this 3.5 years. No words can express how much you all mean to us. Thank you so much.
Ta-ta.
And farewell.